Yes. Okay. Does anyone want to do a brief recap of what happened last time?
We're investigating. We're in the
That is,
dirty, grimy under streets of Corvair, trying to find the drug dealers infesting our home.
She
yeah,
came
I
in like a
mean,
grenade.
there is an element of that, yeah. Now, I think I'm contractually obligated to say, actually, this is not Corover anymore.
Right.
You're now you're on
Mishann.
Centric.
Mishann.
You're, you're on Centric on the island of
Sorry. There's too
Caperion.
many names.
No, how could you not know? Come on. This is just like of all the grotesquely bloated,
But
high detailed
but
worlds that
Mishann, but
What?
Yes, indeed, Mishann. And just to make sure, we're all level 9 now. If Bemi magically joins, I'll be sure to tell him.
yeah, indeed. He'll add some strange new level in something. All right.
I had a joke, but my
headset fucking hates me.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, I'm just gonna assume that was me and carry on. I assume I didn't hear the punchline. Um, but yeah, that's a fair thing. You guys were tasked to investigate a smuggling ring that's gotten going, which nobody really cared about until they started spreading a substance
snake
that,
heroin,
yeah, seems a little bit
snake
addictive
heroin,
and probably toxic. Yes, the party has taken
which
to calling it snake heroin. Yes.
Well,
Uh,
also the
I, I,
population's
I
getting bigger, so we got to get ahead of those problems before they start.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's the extra good reason. But on the
I
surface, it's just like, hey, we can't just ignore this. They are spreading something. Go ahead, Scott.
I have no idea how this became a recreational drug given its effects, because most hard narcotics, you know, have a
Make you feel good.
actually decent high. Yeah, have a good high. Whereas this is like not only is it horribly addictive and bad for your body, but its high is literal nightmare fuel. But different
I
strokes for different
mean,
folks, I guess.
it's. I mean, there are worse nightmares. Like
But-
I'll say that much.
okay, okay. Maybe I'm biased here as someone who has a snake phobia, but
Yeah, I mean you're right. There are issues with it, but I think the powerfully addictive thing carries it a certain amount. But regardless, yeah, you guys had decided to split into a couple different groups, and we had gone through our the holy duo had investigated where they were investigating the streets, the mean streets, and
That one actually went
after
surprisingly well. Like,
it could have certainly gone a lot worse. You have a name, um, and you have a location. We also had our Scaly Boy do some investigation among the lizard folk of the docks, trying to find some sources. Um, and there wasn't a lot of hot leads there, but I think some information was gotten. I don't off the top of my head remember what, but there was something. And that left our disguised monk man, we'll just say. And he was in the process of checking out the Windwrights Guild, which seems in the harbor. Seems like a pretty direct thing, just go right to the authorities at the harbor and say, "Hey, it's smuggling. What's going on?" And I think you were you were posing as a drow.
I'm looking around the region as a drow, basically trying to pretend to be a smuggler to try to offload his heroin.
Okay, okay, and that all right. So you're saying I have the product, and I'm looking to sell. Um, and I will say that while it has worked in multiple video games, I would appreciate a lack of big weak tactics here. Even if they do work in Schedule 1, please do not sweep the streets clean of law enforcement in order to make your sales.
Don't worry, I don't have a machete.
That's true.
You didn't even need a machete, man. You were doing that shit with a baseball bat.
Yeah, but machete only takes 2 hits to kill him, not 3.
It is faster, yeah. But barring that, so you're headed. Last I heard, you were headed to Windwrights Guild, but you could just be trolling the docks, or the whole place, or what did you want to do exactly? Because you were the person who we were getting to when the session ended.
I would look around the Windwrights Guild. I doubt they'll be selling the heroin at the guild, of course, but in the back alleys near it, where the docks are, I'm sure there's someone.
Yeah, there's warehouses, things like that. There's all kinds of places where shady dealings could be done. Okay. Then in that case, we'll head to the Windwrights Guild first. The the guild is built out of the once ruined giant-sized dock house, which was completely refurbished and now acts as the guild's headquarters and storage. Um, Inside is like as you step in your disguise. It's a lesson in controlled chaos as sailors, traders, tribesmen, Lyrender clerks, and even a few Mishann town officials all work together towards getting their goods in or out of town with appropriate fees paid. Uh, for reference, for those of you who've traveled on Corvair, specifically the one person, uh, this is usually not how things are done in Lyrender offices. You've traveled enough, especially since the morning. You've been in and out of a few of these. They're usually a lot more mundane. This is almost like being at like a bazaar or something. But yeah, it's very crowded. A lot of people all trying to do different things. Almost all of it involves like getting to the bottleneck that is the Lyrander Harbor Master people. The town does have a presence, but they handed most of it over to the Windwrights Guild, as is the custom. There is a very thin line dividing what should be done by, a state and private corporations and Corvair. But anyways, yeah, you could look through this and how do you want to approach it? You're in disguise, so you're just another Sulatar drow. Am I correct in that, or were you going for a tribal drow?
Crap, yeah, Sulatars are the ones who do it more recreationally, right? Instead of tribal ritual.
Yes. Yeah, the Volkori drow are the ones. Volkori drow are the ones who produce it. Sulatar are the ones who apparently perch it up north, somewhat recreationally. It's never been a hot drug, but you have a inside source of uh, Lord Tons of Fun there. If anyone had ever tried it, that's probably old hat to him. He's tried just about every
That would be a good
substance
thing.
available.
I can always call up and say, "Hey, if I'm looking to buy crack, where do I go?"
Yeah, and he'd, tell you, oh, Crack Palace pre-warms the pipe, that type of thing. But yeah, so posing as a Sulatar, and you're just looking around this crowded, very busy guild hall, slash harbor master place. What do you want to do?
Big thing is just looking around, trying to find like potential spot that looks like it's been used or anything like that. Just
Okay. Um, well, and here is where like this is pretty much just where people are coming in and like getting permission to not so much permission to dock, but like, paying a docking fee, or getting basically there's a lot of complaining about inspecting of ships, things like that. It's where you're dealing with the minutia of stuff. But everybody does have to come in and out of here, so you get a full view of the types coming and going. Um, if you
Well,
wanted
if
to
they're
actually look at the docks, you would need to be, on them, but they're pretty wide and they definitely built bigger than a town this size needs. Seems like they were getting
yep.
ready for expansion.
Now, if I were a crack fiend
Hmm.
or a dealer,
Hmm.
I would not be nervous at customs because that's going to blow my cover. Is there any of them that are really cool about it, almost like they're certain that they're fine?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's if there's a successful smuggling thing, someone must be getting bribed, right? So you could try and see if they know anything here or whatever you'd like to do.
Yeah, yeah, I guess I'll try the cut. I'm sure there's a customs worker that's probably letting them in, yeah. Or
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
like,
then in that case, the big thing, you hear a lot of just utterly bitter complaints, mostly from other quote unquote other Sulatar, is they're very unhappy about their ships getting inspected to make sure slave trading isn't happening in Mishann territory. They just view talk about taking up everyone's time and energy over nothing type thing. They're very offended by it. They're just irritated that it's taking up time. But if you wait in line to see apparently the person you got to see, um, this is definitely the loudest part of the building. Peeking past a couple petitioners in line, as you get closer, you can see more and more inside. And there's a few uh, well, inside there is a young half-elven woman with pale skin, curled black hair, and an annoyed expression, listening to a Biapo clan merchant who was just ahead of you in line as he's trying to get her to let his ship leave port. Um, and she's just kind of sitting there with a bored expression, and listens to him ramble for, I would say, a good 10 minutes. Mostly it's not so much threats as thinly veiled, you know, we're the lead trading group on the island. You have to show a little bit more consideration type thing. Before she finally says, uh, if you want to leave with your ship, she just cuts him off and says, if you want to leave with your shipment of Dargan iron, you've got to let a Mishan guard look through your ship to make sure you aren't transporting slaves. Um, at this point, the clan merchant is just visibly flushed and is only controlling himself with a force of will and says, with all respect, Lady Lyrander, my ship has been checked twice now. If you would simply tell them that I'm only transporting raw materials up the coast, and the Lyrander sign just shrugs and says, the Windrake Guild understands your frustration, Captain Shiki, but the people of Mishan are a determined lot when it comes to making sure no laws are being violated. Just have to wait for them to finish their inspection. And for a moment, you can see the Sulatar drow in front of you. Captain Mashiki's hand twitch as he very clearly considers pulling out the decorated fire bronze baton at his side before he turns on his heel and leaves without another word, having gotten absolutely nowhere in hurrying his departure. Um, the woman watches the Sulatar go with a bored look, and then beckons you in and says, all right, another one. What do you hear about?
uh, my I have I'm a scout for a potential merchant group. We were told that your trade and your location is excellent for trade and commodities. I'm just here to inspect and make sure everything is in tip-top shape.
Hmm. Well, yes, everything certainly is. Um, she kind of looks you over, and like she is speaking Elvish, which it's obviously not locally accented. You're probably putting on a better accent than her, um, or a better Sulatar accent than she is. 1 sec here. Let me get an image of one NPCs. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry why I couldn't find it. Dragon Mark. Slimer. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm Lazra Delirander, and I'm glad to hear there's more people looking at Mishann, but yes, our trade restrictions are a bit harsh compared to apparently what your folk are used to, but yes, we're an excellent spot for budding trade.
Oh, trust me, we've heard about the trade restrictions. We care more about the trade security. We had to deal with many, smugglers and pirates. We want to make sure our cargo is safe in these waters and while we're trading here.
Well, I can say without a doubt that nothing's coming into these docks that the Windwright Guild doesn't know about, at least on water. So any element of it, that combined with the town's more than ample security measures, you can be assured we're as safe as anywhere on the island.
I would hope so. And everything, I'm assuming you keep logs of everything that comes in and out.
Yes. Well, to a point. We're only apparently keeping them on record for about a year, but that's what I was told.
Hmm. All right. And how about I do know you inspect for people selling, slaves, of course. We would never do that to you. We're one to adapt with the times, and we understand that within these lands, slavery is abhorrent. Is there anything else we are not allowed to sell by chance?
One moment here. There's a local drug. Yes. Look up the thing. Quellashed. Quellashed has been outlawed by local law. At least, just consider it outlawed. Trade of it in and out of Mishann, for any financial purpose is strictly outlawed.
But what about ritualistic?
It's my understanding that the Volcor folk need to let us know about it, and it is listed. But any large amount of it is obviously turned away. If one individual has something, apparently they're allowed to use it. It's never come up. It's only used by their holy folk who apparently view Mishann as something of a den of sin. She just shrugs. It's nothing compared to Stormreach. Rather, honestly, pretty provincial.
Rude.
All right,
Nah,
excellent.
he's saddle line, but he's got a point.
Stormreach is an experience. Yeah, she looks kind of wistful as she's thinking back to her days in Stormreach, um, but is there anything else? As I'm sure you've noticed, there's quite a line, and
Yes.
you see there's 3 or 4 just still very pissed off looking traders behind you.
Yes. Just one final thing. Is it possible for us to inspect or have a tour of the docks to ensure this, making sure, just for our personal needs, in case our ships are too big or anything like that?
Um,
I
well,
mean, I doubt it would be a problem for size, of course, but still, security is
if
utmost priority here.
if you need to speak with someone about that, feel free to reach out to one of the guild workers at the front desk. What's your name here? And she'll jot it down.
Out of character, I forgot the name. It was something stupid and
I
Hodunky.
sent it to you. Yeah,
Hold on.
Mepalur. There we go. Yeah.
Hold on. It's my name is Mepalur.
Hmm. All right. Well, let
If
me
that's
check.
Elven for like dickhead or something, I swear.
It's
Um,
if I remember correctly, it's literally fucking like Elvish for Jebediah Cletus or some shit like that.
yeah, it's like
And
the
considering
most.
that Elven is a magical language, that like anyone who speaks it like gets the basic gist of it. Anyone who speaks Elvish is like, really? Okay.
You see, we're one of the Plains tribes. But
Really?
but
Well, let
thank
me
you
get this
though.
for you.
Ding
But
ding 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 ding.
But yeah, she hands you a little slip to basically hand off to someone at the front desk, and they'll do some kind of walkthrough of the docks with it. And
all right,
then,
thank you.
looking very bored, if you're done, she just reluctantly continues on with her job.
Yep, I take it, and how many people are at the front desk?
I mean, it is fully staffed. Like you have to wait a little bit to deal with various arguments. But yeah, after like a minute or two, you're able to get to somebody, and they'll look over the note and just have one of the Lyrander, probably dock workers, just take you through it. If whenever you're ready, they'll have somebody walk you, cross parts of the dock. It's a very vague request, but they have no issue doing a walkabout.
All right, and during that, I would be scanning for anything weird. Any dock worker or customs agent, looking like he gets a pat on the back and like that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's fair. Um, let's see. I would say give me a perception check because you're looking, but you don't know exactly what you're looking for. It's just any unusual
Motherfucker.
behavior, it sounds like.
All right,
Oh,
not hero point. Inspiration it
inspiration.
is.
Yeah,
That's
that's
better.
There we go.
that's pretty good.
Christmas.
First catch of the day, indeed. Jesus.
That is pretty good. Um, yeah, initially, as you're being led around, you slip up once or twice and like drop some words in common, and you're like, "Oh fuck, my cover is blown." But it actually makes the dock worker a lot friendlier because they think, "Oh, one of the locals trying to pick it up." And he is much more willing to actually like tell you the nitty-gritty in Corvair terms and try and coach you in your common. Um, and he uh, he explains that while they definitely have serious issues, he's pretty confident with good reason that nothing coming in by water is going to get by the net they have kind of set up. And that has a lot to do with the trading posts that are like dotted along the river getting here. So there's like multiple verifications of, oh, hey, this ship so and so is coming from here. Hey, so and so ship still coming, that type of thing. So it's very hard for a ship to just completely avoid Mishann if they want to get through the territory. But
True, but
he,
if you're selling really profitable drugs, you have a lot of money to bribe people.
well, yeah, but it's a matter of staying off the books. Like that's how you would make smuggling work. But he does let loose that like because that was pretty successful, and you catch that he he's not a smuggler, but once again, it seems like a lot of this group came from Stormreach, and they find all of this like being peacekeepers obnoxious. there's a lot of speculation that the Scion that they kind of came with, she came here because she got in some type of spat in Stormreach, and the house leadership there decided to move her, so it wasn't an issue. Um, but regardless, he does let slip, or just you pick up that the the best way to smuggle things through territory would be to have it come out of Mishann, because they're not checking things that are going out. Most of the security is designed to catch, and it was really needed for a while. Uh, Sulatar traders who were just trying to ignore the anti-slave rules. Um, and so they pretty much inspect shit coming in. They do not inspect almost at all stuff going out because you already docked. What's the big deal? Um, and also he mentions anything going. This dock is very much a 24-hour one, which he's selling as a point of pride. Because of the drow population. Um, it's it's just as busy at night. He will, once again, you'll notice that most of the workers are half elves or, just filled in here and there, but they don't have a lot of native drow or just drow in general working. So you could put together that if this place is just as busy at night, that would be when you do illegal shit because it's just as active, kind of acts as a shield, but there's less enforced regulation, just because it's harder to keep a 24-hour crew going. Um, but yeah, that's what you're able to get out of that tour combined with what you heard from the House Scion earlier.
All right, so if they are coming in, they're coming in at night. And is there rules about, oh, I don't have snake heroin, I just have venom extract and the products on the side that can make it into the heroin, but not actual heroin?
It helps that what actually there's the process of making it like it's like how everyone knows, Coca-Cola, it's sugar, dye, water, and high fructose corn syrup. You have an idea of what goes into it, but the actual how to make it is tricky. Um, so if you were trying to import a lot of dream serpent venom, that's very much a controlled substance of it on its own because it's venom. And that it is actually pretty dangerous. So it's one of those, yeah, that would get tracked just so that you're not like selling huge amounts of poison. And the other known ingredient is brine salt. There's other stuff, but that's like the common knowledge stuff. So that one isn't tracked at all. You could have, you know, basically sea salt uh, collected anywhere. That's fine to trade. Um, but yeah, Dream Serpent venom is somewhat monitored, not because it's used in drug production, but just because it's venom. So yes, you could trade it, but it would be a controlled substance in a similar fashion. But is there anything else you want to try and get from them as the tour wraps up?
I'll continue to speak and a bit of broken common, but mostly Elvish. Try to win them over a bit more insane. The security here is quite excellent. Matter of fact, usually I would see at least one unknown ship or one completely not a pirate, we promise, kind of ships here, but I don't see any. Have you even come to contact with them in this harbor?
That the guy's gonna look a little wistful and just say, "Well, we have regular trade from Stormreach, but we're pretty far out of the way, and there's not any serious trade going at the moment. But no, we not a lot of privateers. That's died down somewhat.
And I don't know much about Stormreach. Is that more legal there to do stuff like that?
Yes. It's Storm Reach. Just about everything's legal, friend. It's now that your folk are exploring the world, so to speak, there's no place like it on Zendrick. I really would recommend visiting. Oh, but make sure you're armed.
Well, yes, if they don't restrict piracy, it's best to be armed.
It was founded by pirates. Like I said, a very, very free place. No place. It's all the good things about Corvair with none of that nonsense about don't do this, don't do that. I miss it.
Well, that's. Thank you for your time. I believe this would be a great place to do trade. And I'll even consider Stormreach if we get better naval power.
That's fair. You would want to be, as I said, in all forms armed before extensive trading. But if that's all, I'll leave it to you, Mr. Allure. And I'll hopefully see you again in the offices. And he departs.
Now I'm tempted to really see if I. Now I'm tempted if I should ask him the question
Before
or
you
let it
go,
go.
do you want a free sample? As you
That's why I'm
slowly
really.
raise a fist.
He's from Stormreach or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe he's loyal to the job.
I mean, I will say, usually guilds employees are pretty loyal. It's pretty good work, but it's up to you. Um,
I won't risk it.
Fair enough. Thank you for not doing the Schedule 1. You want a free sample? It's not my style. What do you mean? Proceeds to hack the person to death in broad daylight and run off.
The hillbilly is seen beating the ever living shit out of him with he has to act like metal.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, with that, all three groups have finished your investigations. I would say you started at about, I think, 10 in the morning is when you split up. Let's say it took about an hour. Um, you all meet up at pre-decided location, wherever that was, and share findings. I don't know where on the map you decide. It could be the base, honestly. That seems an easy one. But yeah, you all meet up and share your findings.
Uh, I forgot. If I remember correctly, I didn't find much, but I remember I found something. But
You did, and I'm not gonna lie, with the last minute stuff, I didn't have time to listen to the recording previously, so I don't remember what your guy found, but I know you did find something. You found some kind of clue. Oh, that was it. That was it. You found eh, you found information. It is one of those. This may be kind of irrelevant, but you found that there was concerns of a fire in the warehouses that are back like near the end of on the northern edge of the like docking of the dock district, or harbor district, the docks. So like there was talk that there had been a fire in uh warehouses. One sec, let me scroll as I have a list of like rumors and shit. Okay, warehouse 12 and 14, apparently it had some kind of fire, or at least there
now,
was rumors.
would Jototsu have the context of like meth labs routinely burned down to even remotely like consider that? It's like, bah, you know. Well, I tried trying to find suspicious people, like or like would he be like, well, fires happen all the time, like, but what would that have to do with drugs? Like,
Yeah. Um, I feel like fires aren't as big an issue with lizard folk settlements just because usually you're so close to water. But when they do happen, they're pretty quickly put out. And the Sulatar are pretty adept at controlling them. So fires aren't that common. They're honestly less common than they are in parts of Corvair. Um, but there isn't a lot of like, and Dan can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think there's a big tradition of like myth explosions and fire. Like I know Dragon's Blood involves a high production thing, but it's very mysterious. Dream Lily is just opium.
I'm sure there's some that would involve like hazardous alchemical processes, but none I know off the top of my head.
Yeah, so I'll say that doesn't strike Jotazuzo as super suspicious, but it's just information he picked up from the fishermen. And it was that, and the obvious overall vibe was lizard folk were pretty happy about their lot, and I don't know how obvious. I don't think he was super obvious, but there was like some, what are the thief elves doing type thing. Um, they were pretty firm of the opinion that the thief elves like don't like doing business here, but they do a lot of it. They just bitch a lot, which they all found pretty funny. So that would be, I think, the information. I could be wrong entirely, but that's based off random clues and just what you would hear them discussing. So that would be what Joe Tezuzo has found, I think.
Okay, in that case, Shotoso, he's not going to say identifying anything. He's going to be very much like, I'm not sure what I found. And he's going to like lump it all together in like, without emphasizing stuff like the fire or whatever. If anything, he's going to be like emphasizing like, the thief elves don't like doing business here. That's not only is that amusing, but that might be suspicious. Like in his mind, that's going to be the closest thing he can think of that's remotely like worth passing on. Because again, he doesn't really track like the significance of warehouse fires. Like,
Yeah, fair enough. And that could literally just be something that happened. But yeah. Okay, so that's our lizard friends info. Would Mercy and Persia like to do a PowerPoint for the party?
I regret to report that we haven't found any conclusive information.
That is not true, friend Purser. We have a name of someone who we suspect is actually using the drug in question.
Hence my usage of the word conclusive, Marcy. I'm not sure how good of a lead it will be, but to check it out.
But it is a name, someone who we know, or rather suspect, is using the drug. We can question him, and then we can form our hypotheses off of that information.
Yes. What was that name? I don't remember.
Dagnall.
Dagnall.
No.
Dagnall,
Yes.
yeah.
It's been a while.
Told to you by Salen, the crazy hobo. Goddamn American hero. Yeah.
PTSD for days.
But yeah, so I mean that is something. You have a name, and it's one of those things where, for once, it was an organic rambling to an AI about replacement theory. But yeah, there was a lot of there was a Zalen had a lot of ideas, but the most actionable of them was this name.
I would like
Yeah.
to remind the party at large that I do have this access to the spell Zone of Truth. I do not have it prepared at this moment, but I can prepare it for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's fair. This doesn't have like a ticking time bomb on its date, so um, presumably as long as you don't take a year to do it or something. Don't just say fuck it and leave this quest in your journal or whatever and be like, we'll solve it when we're a higher level. It'll be easier then. But okay, and Balthazar, you could do an in-character summary, or you could just say, my character parrots what happened, things like that.
I inspected the guild, talked to the lady up front, got a tour of the docks. Didn't get to any customizations, but don't know much about Storm Fiend, or what the fuck it's called.
Reach. Yep.
Storm Reach. But it seems that they're loyal to the job and they enforce our rules. So if there is, they're either coming from inland and smuggling into the town, or it's currently in here. They only expect the ships coming in, not out, it seems.
Yeah. So yeah, you have some information, you have a name, and you have a promise of all the truth. This is a very truthy area. But yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Hmm. What are you guys thinking? Because Purser's not got many ideas. Nor do I, really.
Oh, okay. I thought that was just like, I have ideas, but Purser would not have them. That's fair.
Yeah. It's
I
been a
am
long
thinking.
week.
Oh,
I
that's
am
fair
thi-
too. Sorry, go ahead.
I am thinking that due to the hour of the day and your organic natures, it might be time to break for supper.
It's almost noon. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Blank,
right.
blank.
Supper. Yeah,
That-
yeah. Lunch.
We
Yeah.
we may have more luck, tonight, because that is when the thief elves like to move.
That is another thing. If they do
Mm.
if they do act, it's at night.
Typical of thief elves.
And that's where the drug trades happen in all the stories that I've heard.
Yeah. I'm trying to I'm trying to figure
Uh,
if Purser would have the equivalent of pulps. I feel like the in-universe, maybe they're called faded or something because they're all
Oh, yeah.
cheaply copied. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, would
There's-
Purser like morally complex heroes? I feel like he'd be like, I keep waiting for them to arrest the investigator in this
No.
shard mystery.
When Purser wants fiction, he just wants like brain dead action because the rest of his
Ah,
work is so like deeply involved and like cerebral and faithful.
yeah, that's fair. That's you have to really put your fingers in your ears and think hard when there's talking about like that werewolf wasn't a bad person. Why did we burn him alive? That type of thing.
I'm not one of those. Yeah.
But yeah,
Purified
let's.
morons.
There's no way this. There's no way this universe doesn't have like a thriving fiction community. Like,
Oh no, they establish it does. Like it's canon that there are.
I mean, there's an
It's
entire dragon marked house, and that's their entire job is just
Uh,
like entertainment and writing and stuff.
Selling shitty fan fictions? Good lord.
Well, it's more like, how the people were writing the cowboy bullshit fiction genre during the tail end of the cowboy era. That's kind of how the like pulpy detective noir mystery thing is happening. Usually focused around Sharn, but like it's a genre that is semi-realistic, but all of the fictionalized version of it is over the top to 1,000,000%.
okay,
Well, it's like how everyone nowadays, like, I work in a library, so I see a lot of people reading tendencies. It's a lot of like urban fantasy, like detectives and Jack Reacher and like police officers. It's because it's what people are familiar with. It's what
Yeah,
people
no,
like.
I'll say not only that, but like, probably the closest modern day equivalent to it is like Japanese light novels, like especially the not so good Japanese light novels, like, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah, that's fair.
it, very simplistic, like protagonist that is basically a self-insert blank slate, like you know John Everyman that you can like put yourself into, or like a shitty romance novel or whatever, just literally like made with the cheapest possible paper to like
Well, that's why I
a
in
boss like
my version I would call them fadeds instead of pulps because they're mostly instead of being properly like copied using Civis quills, that they're all mass produced or pseudo mass produced using the copy mirror tech, which makes a duplicate of what's put into it, but it's very faded. It's how they do most image printing, but it's also like if you're cheap, it's how you just copy the whole page. So they're real faded. They don't last very well, and it's on shitty paper. So yeah,
hence pulp.
yeah.
Like, and obviously I don't think Jotazo is at a point where he can actually read that shit yet. Especially considering he is like flabbergasted by the idea of a newspaper. But
Also, I like the idea that that would be a terrible, terrible cultural influence on a budding weeb who still doesn't quite understand what Japan's really like. Read these light novels. Oh my goodness!
I
Everyone
don't
in
know.
Sharn is a detective.
I was gonna say like I considering the like giant amount of isekais, like, huh, wise purser. So many of these novels have the protagonist die of overwork. Is that a common theme in Kuravar?
It's regrettably common amongst the lower classes, yes.
They get there, yeah.
It's-
I mean, that
the
was
church
mostly
does
out of
what they
character,
can
but
to
yeah.
support it, but it's there's so many. It's difficult.
Yeah.
and so many truck accidents.
Now those are not canon. But yes. So you guys are gonna break for lunch. That makes perfect sense in universe. There's not a lot of restaurants. It's mostly like food stands and the Lucky Moon Inn. Like
Hmm.
that's kind of the restaurant, the main restaurant in town, just because it's been open the longest. It's the biggest. You
Yeah, they
can
still
stop
like
by the
starting to
bakery.
pop up.
Yeah, and a lot of it is still hasn't gotten past the stage of like small hole in the wall that like probably has a permit from the town type thing.
Have I talked anyone into like getting me Thranish foods? The, the
Um,
Sirens, everything's so bland.
well, or yeah, the Siren stuff is I wouldn't call it
I'd
bland. I
even
would call
accept
it trying too
fusion.
hard.
Give me
Yeah,
anything.
there's a little bit of Sharn fusion. But the inn does have a decent mix of things. They even have been dabbling in trying to do local dishes. If you wanted anything that's not like comedically off or just flat out street food, which can be surprisingly good, but usually is um, a bit of a Russian roulette because it's still a lot of it is just like, you know, lizard folk, you know, boiled or slightly grilled meats, which are their taste buds are a little different. But yeah, so you could go for that, or you could go to the inn, or try and find a hole in the wall place that caters to a specific thing.
It's
No
gonna be
Thranish
the
places that
inn.
Purser knows of.
Well, I imagine if some place moves in and starts a Thranish place, they're going to tell me. because I'm gonna
Well,
be
yeah,
like one of both customers.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny they hate us. We can't even hang the so and so sign in the when we tried to celebrate what's the big day where they celebrate like burning out all of the lycanthropy or something? I forget.
We don't do that.
You have a holiday celebrating having done it.
That's the purified that do that. We don't like to talk about them if we don't have to.
Okay, sure.
I imagine
Uh,
it's a like a St. Patrick's Day thing where it's like some like clever euphemism, like oh, it's the day that Saint so and so drove out all the wolves. Those were people.
These murdering pagans, Ebenezer Scrooge, making Ireland right for the Lord.
See,
I mean, in Sharn, they're not even that subtle about it. They put on masks and like do reenactments. They're pretty bad. They march through shifter neighborhoods. It's fucking awful.
outside of the reach of Thrain itself,
Yeah.
people pick up weird ideas about the flame.
Boy, that was definitely one of Ponyard's less favorite holidays.
Yeah, I had that when you guys were in Sharn. We were doing that. Um, but besides that, yeah, you head to the Lucky Moon Inn. The Lucky Moon Inn and Tavern is built out of what was originally Mishann's blockhouse. Fortified structure works quite well as a foundation for a business. The first floor was smaller than the upper floor, allowing those above to fire downwards easily and from cover on any attackers. Since its conversion, the ground floor has been expanded until it looks more like a standard inn, but if you look closely, you can still see the outline of the original amid the stone and wood. And yeah, heading in for lunch. It's crowded pretty much all hours of the day and night. And one sec here. Why is the thing not doing it? Okay. Yeah, it's any business that embraces having a population that's mixed in their sleeping patterns is going to do well in Mishann. Behind the bar is the owner of the place, Lorenzo Devere. Yeah, Devere. A cheerful and friendly man from what was originally known as Eastern Sire and is now called Valinar. He waves as you guys enter and motions for the waitress to tend to you. A perky village girl named Nina Decker from Central Sire, who is popular with most of the patrons for her unflappable attitude and being easy on the eyes. Sitting at a stool near the front of the door is the Lucky Moon's greeter and unofficial bouncer, the Talenta halfling that you rescued from the brothel in Biapokol, Bantu, who nods at you guys in a slightly surly fashion as you enter. I will also just show off the fact that I have one. You can get on the map.
Yeah, Mercy leans in. I do
It's
not
not night,
understand.
but yeah.
Yeah. Mercy leans in towards probably Purser and just goes, I do not understand the animosity on that man's face. Have we done something to warrant that?
Animosity? That what? That's just what he
Batu.
always looks like.
Yeah. He's
Like,
ruggedly handsome and scowling. That's how we'll describe this halfling man.
He had a rough work life.
I mean, it depended on the customer, but yeah. Let me put up images here.
One bad
Okay.
customer ruins the week.
At least he doesn't have to carry a fake spear made up for the sake of the act anymore. Let me put on. Here's Lorenzo.
Yeah, now he just carries a real spear to actually attack misbehaving patrons.
He does like that part, yeah. Let me put. Here we go. Lorenzo here. And I'll just put up the images because I have NPC images. I've been sitting on them for a while. Here is the waitress. Where is it?
okay, all right. Lorenzo? He
Yeah,
looks a
that's the
lot like
bartender.
Pedro Pascal.
He actually isn't supposed to, but yeah. Oh, here it is, Nina Decker. Like that's not just a fictionalized one as far as I know, but anyways, here's Nina Decker. Honestly, I just searched like bartender lady. And
I
Batu.
see that she is not afraid to flaunt her assets.
That's part of why she's popular, to be perfectly honest. Yeah,
Mm,
like that was literally the stick. She plays it up to like she makes decent money here.
Look, if you're
Here's
not a
That she does.
Galanda, you have to work what you got.
Yeah, exactly. And here's Batu, just pretty much
Yeah.
not quite glaring. He was told not to do that, but yeah, just like sullenly sitting in the corner with weapons out, hoping someone does something stupid. Um, and yeah, you guys approach. Bemi clips in through the wall here when the rest of you enter, and as you guys approach, Lorenzo greets all of you very happily and says, "Drinks on the house. You lot are heroes in my book. Nina, here, take their order." And yeah, you guys can pick a spot to sit, or really doesn't matter. Just put your token
Yeah.
wherever. Uh,
We'll just find
but
a
yeah,
shady corner to sit in and continue discussing our plans of how we're going to approach finding the drug dealer.
fair enough. Yeah. You do. It's a very mixed crowd. You see some tribesmen over here sitting around. You see Roslyn is going through notes. Uh, the town smith is stopping in for a drink. Just a very popular thing. You see a Gwynedd clan warrior is actually you recognize him as the one who regularly is guarding the town uh, the shop that they opened in town. You can move yourselves around how you want. I just put you in your mercy. But yeah, there's a decent menu. It's nothing particularly complex, but it is varied with how varied the cultures are that are pouring in here. So you get a couple decent side dishes, a couple surprisingly well made versions of local ones, maybe toned down a little bit in certain elements to make them more palatable to like everybody. But um, yeah, it's not bad. And if
Have
you
we
want, you
gotten any
can.
good Tribex in? I don't know what our livestock situation's looking like
I
so
would
far.
say the Tribex probably don't do great here just because of the raw humidity.
Hmm.
Um, so it's been kind of an uphill battle. Horses, it's a similar problem. But horses do a little better, but the Tribex by and large have been having a hard time with it. So that's a little bit more expensive than native Saurian meat. Tusked rooter is the typical like pork stand-in, and it's not bad when made. And you can even order like they sadly they don't have Thranish stuff on menu, but you can ask for
I've come
tusked
in a
rooter.
lot. They know to make it as spicy as possible.
Yeah, if they just make it in traditional Sulatar fashion, say what you will about their politics, they make stuff that's hot enough to even make your eyes water. Now they have a bad tendency to add weird like sweet or sometimes sour mixes to it, like
Sweet and
where
sour is
there's like
great.
a
It's not.
sweet aftertaste to your barbecue. But if you're comfortable with that, yeah, this is some good spicy hot meat.
Yeah, finally some good fucking food.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, you guys are sitting down with a good meal. I imagine Mercy just stares intently at everyone as they eat. And let's see here. Did you guys have any, like, did you want to, while you're here, try and question random people or plan out where to go next in the town? I can put you on the town map if that helps. Anything like that.
Hmm. Do we have any idea where this hopelessly addicted drug man lives, or what he does? I don't
He
recall.
said, your source for the fellow said that he's in the northern part of town, most in the evenings, if I remember correctly. I know he said northern part of town, but I don't remember exactly when. I'll say evening. Oh,
Okay.
that was it. He said near the temple. Okay. That was like because I remember it was like he's near that weird cursed tower that keeps coming and going.
Ah,
Yeah, that was
right.
it. Yeah,
He hasn't appeared for a while and just feeds the conspiracy.
yeah,
What are
exactly.
they planning?
Most people are just like, oh, it's that one adventure. He's strange, but he's all right. But for maybe the drug-addled, paranoid delusions of your friend there, the vanishing tower did not help his mental state. But yeah, you could go there in the evening and check that out. Like I said, you could ask around here. You could go to any of the shops. You're a known commodity in all of them. You could go ask Nat, although who knows what she would know. Uh, yeah, as you could ask at the bakery.
So,
World's your oyster.
in between just like shovelfuls of like this stew, Purser's just chomping down. He'll say like, "Oh, maybe, maybe we could talk to some Volcori about this. I don't think they like it being abused any more than we do. Maybe a shaman or something could help us find it."
Yeah, that's a fair point. There's not a lot of them that have moved into town, but there are some.
Right.
And I mean, heck, there's some in the bar if you wanted to, or you could go and, ask them. If nothing else, you don't have to worry about them being coy. That doesn't, culturally, they're pretty
They're
fond of the
straightforward people.
yeah, borderline rude.
I can respect that. I don't like it, but I can respect it.
Yeah, yeah. The Sulatar can take a good 20 minutes to get. Like if they like you, it'll take forever to get to the point. Well, Corey, you're just gonna be like, why are you talking to me? That type of thing.
I don't
But
know ya. I don't like ya. Fuck off.
yeah, I mean, they try not to be hostile usually, but that'll depend on how many tattoos they can like make judgments on. So they don't, and it's like, oh, this one doesn't even have any tattoos. I don't know anything about him. What do you want? Okay, so we have go in the evening to check around the church. We have talk to some Volcori in town. Any other ideas or clues?
I probably helped find the drug fiend.
Okay. Where? Oh yeah, like in the evening, you want to go and talk with Drugman.
Fiend?
We'll say Nina is talking with Bemi. I feel like she would definitely mark him. She would definitely like recognize him as an easy mark, like bat eyelashes, and see if like can get a better tip out of uh out of 19-year-old blushing drow boy. Yeah. But yeah, while that's happening in the background, any other ideas? If not, we'll just jump right on. Cool. Um, then in that case, you've got a couple hours before anything approaching evening. You could try and talk to some Volcori if you think that's a decent idea.
I don't think any Volcori is really going to be helpful. But I could talk today. Hello, I'm Dan. Nice to meet you.
No problem.
Hi, Dan.
I don't think just any Volcori will be helpful. I think we'll need like a chieftain or a shaman or someone that like recognizes it's a problem if we don't like this stuff.
Okay. I mean,
Or maybe they have a magic spell that'll just tell them where all of it is. I don't know how these people work.
Cursor goes over and slams his fist on the table. Where are the drugs? Cast your spell.
Exactly. I mean, how else do they find the stuff? Person doesn't know how it works.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Yeah. But okay. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, Bemi does not know because he's not exactly in touch with the local community, because both the Sulitar and Volkori view him as like Satan's helper, so they typically don't want anything to do with him. Um, if you guys wanted to, well, you know what? We'll say you're at the inn. The easiest thing here is just to Lorenzo knows a lot about what's going on. Let's use that. You could ask him and see if there's any info about prominent Volkori people in town. There we go. There's
Chefs do a lot of drugs.
I I wasn't gonna go that realistic, but yeah, it's everybody in the kitchens has some kind of record. Um, but anyway, yeah, that would probably be the easiest person to speak to about it, at
Yeah, it's
least
not
in
a bad
here.
idea. Yeah, well, once I finish my second bowl of stew, I'll head over.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point,
Uh,
Mercy is just kind of along for the ride. This really isn't her forte. You have a patient, she'll treat the patient. That's
yeah, I wanted to try something mystery and give you a chance to explore. I knew this wasn't going to be. Nobody's character is designed to be an inquisitive here. I'm tracking.
I mean, she's having
Uh,
a great time. It's just she's just kind of like sitting in the corner making those fun little like humming noises as her like processors like defrag or whatever. She's just
yeah, not 1990s internet connection stuff. Yeah. Uh, and honestly, even if I mean, especially if Bemi was here, I feel like Bemi would. I don't know if Bemi would be a huge help in the
I
investigation
I
anyway.
think he would unironically be the best at this.
Oh, that's fair. He could be like it's the
He's a
but yeah,
doer.
you go up and ask Lorenzo about it. And you're just tell us. Do you know of any important Volkori tribesmen, shamans or tribe leaders or something along that line? Am I correct in that's the question?
Yeah. If he asks for more details, I'll even say like we're looking into the drug problem. Like it's like you said, we're heroes. It's a thing that we're doing, but I'm not going to just come out and say, "Hey, where are the drugs?"
Okay, okay.
But
Fair
giving him the
enough.
context might help him come up with the information that we need. And I'm sure that like he doesn't want a bunch of druggies like in his place. Like no one wants
Yeah,
that.
nobody wants that.
It's not good for business.
You you would be horrified at the idea of criminal activity, right, Mr. Chef? Yeah. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, he says well, I'd love to help you on that, friends, but I haven't
oh,
I
we
haven't
are
heard
friends.
anything about smuggling.
That is
Well,
wonderful news.
everyone who comes in here is a friend. Mercy, right?
Yes, my name is Mercy. It is a pleasure to meet you and make your acquaintance.
Yes, Lorenzo Devere. But I haven't heard anything about smuggling. Not a lot of tribe leaders or anything. I heard they had some type of religious taboo that was keeping folks from keeping folks from coming in. So I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But good luck with the whole heroing thing. Is there anything else I can do for you today? As I said, drinks are on the house.
Oh
No,
boy.
you're.
Okay, so
Oh, go ahead.
fucking Mercy does her little blink blink thing and it's like, "Oh, this is like in those Pulp Fiction things where you do not know anything until we give you the requisite price."
Uh,
Yeah.
Percy just like looks at Mercy for a second and realizes, and then I just give Lorenzo a disapproving look because enriching yourself at the cost of like making the community a better place, that's awful.
Oh wait, actually, hang on. Um Yeah, no, Mercy is dead fucking convinced that this guy is 100% trying to fleece us for some money for information.
I think we're
Okay.
just dumb cop and stupid cop over here, and I don't know which is which.
All right. So,
Oh, that
there's a
18 would have been nice. That
there's a
18 would have been
moment
fucking great.
there's a moment where he's processing. Um. Well, that wasn't really what I was going for. As I said, I know that there's a religious taboo. Yeah, I don't think I can help you on this one, folks. I'd love to tell you more, but I don't need a bribe. I just don't
Yeah.
know anything.
Well,
Um,
fair enough.
eh,
The food is delicious as always. Keep up the good work.
I'll pass the compliments on to the day chef. If you excuse me. And he's going to go in the back, still
Just like
shaking his head a little bit.
decompress.
Yeah. And as you guys go out, Nina, who was like still pestering Bemmy, and insists on getting him like a drink to go. Here it is. It's a local drink called Berita. It's made from cactus fruit. It mostly tastes like fruit juice. Be careful. It's really got quite a kick. Um, and yeah, she gives it to Bemmy, and seeing how non-responsive he is, she just kind of like frowns a little bit and probably shoves it into Purser's hands. Um, and to be fair, it's fruity and sweet with a little bit of like a cloying kind of syrupy texture. Uh, but there is a napkin underneath, and Purser, I don't know if you would drink on the job, but the napkin has a slip of paper folded into it with a
It's not.
message.
Oh,
Yeah.
keep going.
Uh, Meet me out back in 10 minutes during my break. I don't want to say anything here.
Oh, the plot thickens. Good job, Bemmy.
Bemmy nods, shifting through a wall.
Hmm. Yeah, as long as it's not anything super hard, like spirit, so I might as well drink it.
It doesn't taste like it's particularly potent. It it
Yeah,
is
beer's a soft
definitely
drink.
spirits. Yeah, no, this is close to this is definitely got some kick to it, but you don't notice it initially. But
Hmm.
it's not one drink isn't enough to knock you down. It's just like, woo.
Yeah,
Drink
and I
cactus juice.
and I just had
Yeah,
that really hearty stew, so it's gonna
little mop it
thin it
up.
a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink
What were you?
cactus juice. It will quench your thirst.
Yeah,
It's
especially
very
with that
quenching.
the quenchiest. It's like I said, it's almost a syrupy aftertaste, so it kind of like clings to the back of your throat. Um, but which is what you always want in a potent alcoholic drink. Um, but in about 10 minutes during her break, Nia is willing to meet you in the kind of back area of the inn. If you guys took that as a clue and not really clumsy flirting for Bemmy.
You can never tell with Bemmy.
Wouldn't even been his fault. It was just she's really coming on to him hard, and Bemmy missed it.
Me
Could have
ma
been that.
said girls are yucky.
Yeah, I feel like it might be. Yeah. I'm not gonna make assumptions for Bemmy when he's not here.
Well, I think the problem is when he's like AFK, every time he looks at a girl, the mirror just starts ringing.
Yeah, exactly. Who's that? Yeah. Um. But yeah, the usually cheerful barmaid's face has a serious look as she sees you guys and kind of glances around. You
What's
know,
wrong?
I, well, Lorenzo's hiding something.
Really?
I feel as though that is a terribly rude thing to do. Did we miss? Did we not do something right with the ritual?
Uh, bless your heart there, Mercy. No, it's uh, a few months ago he moved out of the suite that he lived in upstairs, and into the basement. He said it's because he wanted to make more money by renting out the room. Nobody really is going to doubt that, but he's been acting funny ever since. He's gone from there a lot of nights. The night shift workers knock on it. We try and contact him for stuff. He's not there, or at least doesn't answer. And he doesn't leave through any of the doors I know of on the first or second floor. And that's the only way to go from there is the basement. I don't know why, but I hear movement down there some nights. And the inventory count doesn't usually match. I go down there, try and get stuff, and I get yelled at. Night shift bartender Jun, and the waitress Chell, they noticed the same thing. But none of us really thought much about it until I heard of that Qualash drug that you were talking about there. It might have something to do with that, I think.
Or something worse.
Yeah, it could be.
Hopefully it's nothing. Maybe he just likes getting out of the abominable heat. But thank you for telling us this, Nina.
Well, it's do my part for Sean and all that. Yep.
Mercy's head cocks and she just kind of does that little blink blink at her, and she goes, "Your form is very pleasing to look at. I am glad to make your acquaintance. Hello, my name is Mercy."
Mercer just like face palms.
Well, thank you. It's a good form, I always thought. Yeah, I'm Nina. Pleasure, Mercy.
Hello, Nina.
And she'll shake your hand and kind of like casually look to see if she takes her hand back and there's any money in it. And
There would be.
disappointed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lorenzo was not asking for a bribe earlier. She's definitely happy to get one.
1 gold piece.
Okay. Well, thank you. Well, I have to get back to work, and I'll see you folk around. Good luck with everything. And she goes back into the kitchen and gets back to work.
Okay, that is a very interesting lead.
Did I do that right, friend Purser?
Yes, I suppose. Although, no, you did perfectly fine.
The long
feel like with
pause in your
Mercy-
voice.
With Mercy, it's either she was going to try and give her like 40 platinum or something, or give her like 3 copper pieces. It wasn't going to be any medium.
It wasn't actually the money, because Purser is a generous person. He's fine with that. It was the, like, calling her out for having a pleasing form.
I mean,
But-
hey, she took that as a compliment.
Yeah, that's
Get your money.
that's the only reason Purser isn't pushing it further.
Hey, who knows?
Yeah. It is getting kind of closest to nightfall. Or I guess it's lunchtime. But
Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
yeah, close to nightfall.
In the tropics, you never know these things. Yeah.
So what kind of basement are we talking about here? Because I don't imagine this terrain is particularly good for like deep basements. So
I mean, there is an ancient sewer system here, so there must be
I
something.
forgot about that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they just refurbished the sewers that were here. They were mostly like half filled, but yeah, they just kind of fixed them up and made them as functional as possible and said, "Hey, Sean has sewers."
Ah. Where's the access for that? Is it like outside in like a wine cellar deal or?
There's grates here and there, but she made it sound like there's access to the sewer through the basement, which is also where he apparently lived. Like he moved down there for some reason.
Right. I meant specifically access to the basement, but yes.
Oh, yes, specifically through the basement. My bad. I will ping here.
Freya, what are you doing?
Being a little
There's a
kitty
trap
kitty.
door. There's a trap door in the kitchen.
Kisses.
Oh, give me a second.
Yeah.
Wait, your cat's name is Freya?
It is, yes. I've heard Prey is a regular intruder in Dark Sun.
Oh, fun. One of our cats is named Freya.
I think
Sorry
he's
about
beautiful.
that. She had
It's
her
a very common.
She had her claws stuck in a sock and was running around the house in a panic.
Sweetie.
Yeah, cats are very much the nobles of the pet world, where like they're dead convinced that the world is just demanding of them, but they're imbeciles who couldn't survive on their own. Yeah, that's cat pets.
Like,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
Okay.
to answer your question, Purser, the access to the basement is in the kitchen. There's a trapdoor.
Ah. Ah, yes.
See, I got a map out of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't imagine there's an easy way for us to sneak into the basement directly. But we probably could get in from the sewer and poke around.
You
Maybe
could,
see
yeah,
if he's been going anywhere in particular.
yeah. There are manhole-like entrances here and there scattered around.
Friend
There aren't
Purser,
any. Sorry, go ahead.
Friend Purser, we are the heroes of the city. How subtle do we need to actually be?
Well, we don't want anyone to get hurt from false assumptions. Like, maybe Lorenzo suspects that Nina told us something. What if he hurt or even killed her because of it? No, we should be careful and quiet when we can.
Oh, I do not do quiet very well.
Clank,
Mm,
clank, clank. Yeah, metal feet on stone footsteps.
Servos whining and all that.
Yeah, I admit I'm not much better, but uh, that just means we should try harder, I think. But we can't just throw our weight around and get what we want.
What if the building had to be evacuated due to a fire?
We're not setting it on fire.
Well, of course, we're not going to set it onto a fire that could actually cause damage, but like a smoke bomb.
I
Or bees.
Oh,
You could go,
the bees!
you could go and look for wasp nests
Get the
if you were
B-nades, boys.
if you're
We're doing
particularly
it the
crazy.
old-fashioned way.
and I don't believe that there's any need to be so direct. We can just enter the sewers and poke around down there where no one is the wiser. If we do need to make a distraction, a smoke bomb is a good idea, Mercy. Keep that in mind.
I will do so, friend Purser. Thank you.
And you have an inn with a local, well, kind of local alchemist shop, so it's always viable. Okay, so the next locale, let me put you on the map. You were here. You're over here at the inn.
Oh, I am
Um,
way too zoomed in. Where am
yeah.
I?
You're over
Okay.
here at the inn, and there are sewer, like I said, grates and manhole covers with different ways in. It's not like they're locking it. There's not horrible abominations crawling out in the dead of night, as far as anyone knows. But you do have to go like a block down, basically. And yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
I mean,
confident in our ability to navigate
the
in the sewer
sewers.
to get to
Yeah, yeah.
the inn's
Fair, yeah,
basement.
fair enough.
Freya.
Um, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, manhole cover is heavy, but I wasn't gonna require a check anyways. But yeah, with Mercy, with the strength of a giant, is able to like easily haul this we'll call it regular size for small for like medium sized people up without much of an issue. You can see that originally it was much wider, but they did adjust it so that the town workers could regularly get down there. But yeah, if you guys want to crawl down in, um,
Yeah, I'll
the
cast
newly
light and lead my way down the ladder.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah. The newly rebuilt sewers of Mishann are surprisingly expansive, given that it was a small settlement during its original creator's time. But like most things the Giants built, it was built to last. Dredging the place was apparently done through the use of extensive spell work and controlled flooding to clear areas. They pretty much just took like the pressure washer approach. Uh, for the most part, once it was clear that the sewers were, functional, all that was left to do was bind a powerful elemental to supply the town's water pressure, and it was functional. They just said good enough, and pay some town worker a hopefully decent salary, and takes care of itself practically. Um,
Yeah, sewer master is a really respected job. It's like the second most important thing in any town.
but yeah, as you lower yourselves down into the stinking dark sewers, it's a bit of a relief that you don't have to worry about a narrow ledge like in most sewer systems back in Corvair. It was all built with giants in mind, leaving you with more of a road than a walkway. And okay, one sec here. I'm getting a call. We're gonna do 10-minute break a little early here because I'm getting a work call. I will be back.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, Scott,
Yeah.
battle cry is soon upon us.
That it is.
And almost bought the Starfinder book for my birthday. I like science fiction. What do you think, Scott? Would you be interested in a Starfinder game run by me?
I mean, I'd be willing to give it a shot.
And that's the benefit. That's the greatness of Starfinder. You know how to play Pathfinder 2e. You know how to play Starfinder. You can legit merge the two settings together, and it works fine.
Yeah, I mean, I know they basically already did all the prep work for that with was it Numidia? The place with the techno barbarians and Pathfinder.
I forgot. Numidia, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Conan versus robots.
where basically it's like Conan barbarians with like retarded amounts of adamantium. And like they fight giant robots and shit on a regular basis. Like oh,
Yeah, Numeria. That's it.
Numeria, yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Have I missed anything?
Sam got a
sewers.
work call. He's
Oh,
we're taking a break and come back later.
oh shit. Lucky time.
Yeah.
I am looking into potentially running a Starfinder 2E game when the books come out.
Good luck.
I mean, good luck.
It's a wish that things go well.
Yeah.
No, it's just maybe because the mic cut up and it had like that like dead like oh yeah good luck kind of feel to it.
Oh, no. Just in between, like, just taking a break due to hydration activities. Also ran downstairs and got dinner, so I'm like kind of like setting up my space. Yeah, no, good luck. Finding the right game. Mike's harder products actually kind of hit. Like they're not like super alcoholic, but like the 8% alcohol by volume is it's a little bit spicy.
See, you won't be able to really start a good game proper unless I buy a module until August anyway, because that's when the Game Master Guide comes out for it.
Ugh.
See, the player guide drops mid-July, and then the BCRA drops in October.
What are the general going prices for that stuff?
Uh, they only let you pre-order hard copies for those books, so hard copies are like $65.
Yeah, I was gonna guess like 70.
Yeah, and PDFs, so PDFs like the one currently out for the Galaxy Guide is only 20. Yeah, player guide is 70, but it's 500 pages. All right, that makes sense. And with science fiction, I am more of a science fiction person, so I'll be able to actually think off the top of my head.
I kind of wish that there really was like, I mean, I haven't really explored that too much, uh, personally, but growing up, we played like AD&D and but also Traveler. Actually, in our study, we actually have like all the old Traveler books still. Um, the one thing that always kind of threw me off about Traveler was that there wasn't no level progression. Like once you created your character, that was pretty much your character for the rest of the game. So it's very much more like story driven. Um, so if you had like a good game master who really knew how to run a good story, it was enjoyable. But it definitely removes some of those like experience point oriented rewards. But yeah, it would be nice if there's got to be like good science fiction tabletop RPGs out there. I just really haven't had the chance to explore them myself.
Yeah, and I've always heard from people Shadowrun runs well.
Hmm.
And with our luck, if I do pick this up and I get people joining, I have a feeling this is me going for a Hail Mary. It's gonna devolve into a Cowboy Bebop type of game.
I mean, that's kind of like how a lot of D&D games just devolve into Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh no, Cowboy Bebop is the like Lord of the Rings version of that analogy.
True.
The the bad end of that is like Babylon 5 or Red Dwarf.
Oh,
That's
come
the
on.
one.
Babylon 5 wasn't terrible.
It was Red Dwarf that I was thinking of.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Actually, from what I remember, like Babylon 5, like
No,
actually had
Babylon 5 was fine, yeah. I just misremembered the name.
Now, what I don't know is I wonder if they kept the starship customizations.
Ah, welcome back, Sam.
Hey Sam.
Yes.
Now, I know you didn't have a great time with Pathfinder 2e. But what about Starfinder 2e?
Oh, that sounds like an easy sell, man.
No
Does it
problem,
have
man.
more complexity? That's the only way I could enjoy it.
a.
And more than
Oh,
that, I want to know that the fan base is ideally like the guys you brought in were okay, but I'm only gonna play if we have a full crew of like Jade. Like that's the only way I'll play.
all right, mate. All right, so we're not going for a devolve into Cowboy Bebop. It's gonna devolve into fucking Robot Chicken Star Wars. Got it.
At best.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, Robot Chicken Star Wars is actually fun and entertaining.
All right. Let's see here. But yes, you guys had just lowered yourselves into the sewers, and I have a map. So let me put you on it.
Oh,
I know. I'm very proud of this.
Oh boy, another giant-sized map.
Listen, all right. This one is reasonable. It's reasonable.
Oh,
Let me
salty
put.
Scott.
I mean, he's not wrong. This is self-inflicted. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I swear I wasn't intending to do more giant shit after Storm Kings. It was literally like, where is a cool place to put a settlement that is like kind of blank slate? Oh, nice, Zindrick. Hey, what was the native culture there? Oh, it's fucking giants. Let's see. Sure.
I mean, I'm not even salty. It's just a meme of
I
like.
am. No, that's me. All right, let me Perso, you cast light on yourself, correct?
on the wand, but yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Mercy does the same.
gotcha. It's 30 feet of bright and 60 of dim, correct? Well, total of 30 and 30. All right. A little light, another.
Let's
I'll
see.
pop the visage.
Jojo.
All right, and let me put some
And for
light
me, it's
on.
20 and 20.
Oh, well, it would be the same for him then. All right, so let me alter that. I'm so used to dark vision. All right.
Yeah, I'm
It's
popping the
kind of surprising
visage.
that, like, you would think that Warforged would have dark vision, but no, I guess not.
I mean,
Why would they have dark vision?
it makes sense that they don't. Like it's let's see. They have to have some weakness. They're already really overpowered. Like if you think and Visage, does that give you does that
Uh,
generate light?
seeing darkness, both magical and non-magical, 220 feet.
Okay, so I'll just up your dark vision.
Well, I could imagine basically what a shave off any quote unquote unnecessary additions to like simplify and speed up production.
Well, and it was already like Warforged are the height of like Cannith tech, like being able to put together full soldiers in basically it's like a year or something or like 2 years. That are genuinely better performing than your average like cannon fodder. That was a huge win for them. Okay, so
Yeah, that makes
uh,
sense.
you
Well, an
guys.
interesting thing is that the Warforged Titans that the technology is based off of do have dark vision, if I remember correctly.
They
But
also have the intelligence of children, though, so
well,
it's a lot more
that's the
sad.
thing. Warforged were
Oh.
made for mass production, so corners were cut wherever possible, and
Mm,
soldiers don't need to see in the dark.
yeah, that's fair. Um, but yeah, you guys are down in this very spacious, kind of dank sewer, and what would you like to do?
I look out.
Well, go ahead.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, likewise, I'm peeking out.
Like the map is dark, or you don't see anything hostile?
We can see the map.
Okay, thank God.
Hostile.
Also occurs to me that we're the two people without light. So us peeking out is
Balthazar has like a magic
hey,
thing so he can see, but yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's fair. It
Yeah,
does make sense though from like party position. But sorry, go ahead.
let's
That's an
just
inlet
trudge
tunnel.
around and make our way to the inn's basement.
That tunnel seems to narrow down and goes the opposite way of the inn. And yeah, as you guys are going through, you can see where the water has, obviously unnatural ebbs and flows. Clearly, work of the elemental that's was basically enslaved to power the whole thing, or excuse me, bound to power the whole thing.
It was
And
imprisoned and given a job.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know,
Um,
I think we're a bit of, I think kind of a bit of hypocrites. Well, why do we
no,
let the elemental stay chained up?
nah, that's crazy, Tuck. Uh,
Now,
W-
no, you
We
thought slavery was be anti-slavery is bad. Now anti-elemental slavery. Now you're just fucking insane.
I mean, we had this conversation with Sujor.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay if they're not people.
yeah,
If I
yeah.
may make an inquiry, why is it okay to grow beings such as I, for the express purpose of throwing ourselves into the war for the sake of the organics?
That's a good question, Purser. Does she have rights?
Money? Yeah, of
That's
course
a
she
great
has
question.
rights, guaranteed by the Treaty of Thronehold.
Yep, yep. That was
Oh yeah.
actually the King of Breland was the one leading it. Before that, they didn't have any legal rights. Yeah.
Well, they
But
were always people, but no-
just enslaved.
there are a lot of awful people in the world. I don't need to explain this. The treaty simply guarantees that
Oh, I know a lot of awful
mistreatment of
people in the world.
Warforged
Good thing you
is
burned them.
He does. Yeah.
not all of them. I educate where I can. I only truly
Oh,
hate
fuck you,
the.
Scott.
Sorry, Dan.
I only truly hate
Fucking
the
prick.
irredeemable evils like demons. Ugh.
All right, guys. Well, it was a really great session.
Jo- Jotazo is like poking Mercy in the back of the head with a stick and laughing or something while Purser's trying to like explain why he didn't endorse slavery. Um,
Hmm.
in this
Are
like
there any walkways in this whirlpool area or no?
there are not.
Hmm.
You don't know how deep it is, but how deep could it be?
Well, Mercy is going to use her halberd as an attempt to just test the depths.
It is deeper than your halberd.
Shit.
That is deep.
There's some of that too.
Friends, I do not
just
have to breathe, but I can. That whirlpool has me concerned.
Purser just looks at the pool and takes a deep sigh before casting Fly on himself to ferry everyone across the pool. And it keeps his nice shoes from touching sewer.
Wait, I
Oh,
forgot. I just got this new power.
You can, yeah. You can just do the wall/water run if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, and I don't have to leave Jotsuso alone with Balthazar, so I don't have to do any like going back and forth bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just one trip. Yeah.
Yeah, if I leave Jotsuso with Balthazar, he eats him. But if I leave
Actually-
Mercy alone with Jotsuso, she, I don't know.
It talks about no.
my rats.
God, God.
I don't. You know what? I don't even have to walk on the
Oh!
water. I could just walk along the wall.
Yeah, honestly, I would recommend that. This water is not fun to walk. Like, even if you can Jesus it, this is not pleasant.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
I
I
want
was
to
actually just
Jesus
about to
walk
say-
on a whirlpool.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not just a whirlpool, remember?
It's Poopy Whirlpool. I actually
Just-
do have Water Walk, but I do not have it prepared, so that's pretty much fucking useless
Right.
to me.
Yeah, I cast Fly and ferry you and Jotsuso over.
I very much
Okay.
appreciate the assistance, friend Purser.
Yes.
I just wall run along the side.
Yeah, very, very, very awesome 2000s action hero.
Friend Balthazar is very
I
spry.
will be the one.
You're not a fighter though. But yeah, you guys
There's always
successfully
opportunity.
navigate that whirlpool, and the sewers continue to be open to you guys as you hear skittering down the way as a single rat, fairly sizable, waddle down in a very unhurried fashion.
You know, I should talk to the sewer master about that. That's not safe. We need more walkways.
You should talk to the rat.
No, I'm not talking to a rat.
Why
It
not?
does
Friends,
poke its
there
head
is
up
there's a door here.
as you guys are like,
Wait.
talking.
Stop.
The rat.
Stop.
Y-
Stop moving.
Yes. Yes. What did I do?
There's something down there.
Yeah, it's a rat.
No, not the rat. There's something down that tube. It's a spider or something?
The stoop.
Yeah.
I also see
I'm sure
something here,
there's spiders, Balthazar. It's
Do you wish me to advance
Look at
15 feet?
look at my face. I can see very far. I can see something way down that tube right there. It looks like a pretty big spider.
Hearing you guys talk and like seeing this light, the rat kind of sticks its head up, stands on its haunches, and squints its beady little eyes, clearly kind of watching you guys. Amazingly unafraid, at least of like these big bipedal apes. And as it's not paying attention, the sewer water nearby seems to splash, and with an alarmed squeak, something noms on the rat and drags it into the water. Yep.
I did say I wasn't talking to the rat.
Well, that's good.
Oh, now you lost your opportunity.
Is it normal to feel distress about the death of a small mammalian creature?
No.
It happens to the best of us. But yeah, the seems like there's a thriving ecosystem down here. But anyways, their Balthazar can probably see something over here, and there is indeed a door, although it's locked, and it mostly just looks very old and big, giant-sized.
Is this the direction of the inn?
The inn is actually, let me do a little arrow. You guys can see. It's like in this direction vaguely.
Do we wish to fight the giant spider thing that Balthazar can see?
I mean, if you don't have to, you don't have to.
Let's leave the spiders alone. I'd like to get out of here as soon as possible.
It is eye-watering as far as the smell. Yeah, it's not getting better by
Actually,
being
did
down here.
Oh, I didn't prepare air bubble because we were just hanging out in Mishann.
Why would you need it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, shows how awesome I am at running. But yeah, if you guys want to try the door, you can. It's giant size, so it takes a little bit of But
Yeah,
you
we'll muscle it open. See what's
Well, I
going
mean,
on.
if this door isn't anywhere near the
It is not.
indoor,
It is
Femi,
not.
Bammy, come out of the wall and unlock this.
Yeah, he shifts through the wall but gets stuck, and he has to restart the game.
Yeah, the
No,
door
he
does
shifts.
go
No, he
in the
shifts
right
into the door.
direction, so it might be like a tunnel that leads closer to where we need to go or something. It's worth taking
That's
a look.
fair. But I will say, after several attempts, after several attempts with sufficiently strong characters, we won't discriminate. It's very clear that the door is indeed locked.
Hmm. Oh well. Let's
Bammy,
continue
reset your
on.
fucking router. Get in here.
Uh, uh, Chekhov's fucking door.
Okay, yeah, then you could continue on. And like I said, I would say as far as direction wise, the inn should be to the southwest. So this direction vaguely. And yeah, feel free to move, you guys, wherever you want to move.
Just scoot our way down.
Making your way down the sewers.
Wait, stop. There's something down the corner, hiding behind the corner right there.
See another bloated rat happily waddling along.
No, rat, get away from the water.
Yeah,
I'm
You'll
not
never-
saving the rats.
You'll never make it home to Skavenblight.
I mean, yeah, if like
You see, the rat has a necromancy book.
the rat doesn't like you guys are clearly getting closer, so it just
What are you talking about?
it's
He's walking
still not
closer.
hurrying, but it is going to leave. Oh, there's a source of light. Get like he was
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of looking
There's
for
a sort-
food and
There is a source of light down that way, and there's a door I can barely see down there as well.
Is
Oh, I do see the.
there's a torch.
oh, have a bright lantern. Those
Okay.
those have been put at like major entry points so that he can avoid being blinded. And there was supposed to be one at the other one, and I just realized there wasn't. Oh well.
That's fair.
Well, let's
Yeah.
let's try this door next to us.
Yeah.
Okay. It is similar. It's a little smaller, but also locked.
Well, that's a shame.
Man,
You could try and pick it. I don't know how, but you can convince stuff the rat in the lock. You got it, little buddy.
Yeah. I'm not confident in any of our abilities to make a dex check with disadvantage right now.
I mean, I potentially could.
Locked
Yeah.
as in no amount of strength check is going to be able to pop that, or
I mean, like mid-20s. It's a very firm ancient giant door. Yeah, these are not like, balsa wood doors or something.
I mean, I'm not strength. I don't have a high strength, but I can use my arms and make it use my wisdom instead.
Also,
I mean, if
let's
Mercy
not-
wants to use her advantage, she could just Hulk rip it out there with a 29. That would do it.
let's
Does
avoid
anybody have-
destroying the city infrastructure.
can anybody give me the help action or no?
I mean, I
I
could,
would-
yeah.
I am not proficient in athletics.
Okay, I'm going to use my inspiration to get that 29.
I am proficient with athletics. and
Jotaso would have been helping out since he also has decent strength score.
All right, between giant arms and two very beefy people hauling, the door is ripped off its hinges, and you can see
Oh, hell yeah.
down a pipe.
Oh, hell yeah.
You run down it.
Is there a reason why we are opening random doors? This is not
You-
your.
Friend,
You opened it. Sorry.
Yes, but yes, I
friend,
opened it.
There is hideout
Nice,
here.
nice place.
Poor Purser, just standing there with his light.
Now, if I'm a filthy snake heroin dealer, I would be hiding it in a place like this.
This is too well furbished for down here.
It is. Yes.
I agree. Why would you bring a nice bed like this into a dungeon?
And it is a huge bed, by the way. Like that is way like triple the size of what a bed should be realistic.
Like, are there any like
Almost
wards
like
to keep
it's
the smell out or anything? Like,
is
this is
it
an awful place.
It,
is
it
it
does seem oddly fresh. Sorry, go ahead.
could you say it's giant sized?
Um, maybe original. Like, yeah, you could say it's giant size. You could say it's big.
Well, I'm gonna help myself to your books because you left it open.
Yeah, the scrolls here are mostly they're a little dank and off, but they mostly seem to consist of like it's just a journal of like improvements in town and it goes back about 8 months. But yeah,
8 months before was that how long's the time
before
skip again?
current time skip was I think the 9? Time skip was almost a year. I don't know the exact
All right, so this
number.
was set up after we fixed everything. All right.
Yeah, roughly. Like the sewers were the first thing that were refurbished. This like if you're following the journal entries or whatever this is, sometime after that.
All right. And how about that other piece of paper? It's still part of the journal.
Yeah, I would say so. It just seems like a collection of things.
Is there a name by chance?
There aren't any name. Well, there are names, but it's mostly a list of the murder-suicide incidents that have been happening about once a month in the town. Um, names, locations, people, like, John Human, age 42, death by, self-murder by hanging type thing. Um, Jane, also human, murder, suicide, blah, blah, blah. Things like that. But yeah, there's not a lot of other obvious clues. There's barrels of fresh water, crates, dried foods. And yeah, Purser's take is this is the smell, like there's like almost a physical barrier as you step through. The smell is gone. There's none of that horrible stench.
Hmm.
Very nice, relatively speaking.
Is there like a ladder or anything going up somewhere, or just a room in the middle of the sewer?
Room, yeah, it's the ladder. Yeah, the ladder, and that there is no ladder.
Well, we
Any?
don't know whose place this
What's
is.
that door?
That's a door we try to break into.
It
Hey,
is
can we
not.
unlock? Can we unlock it from this side?
You can. Yeah.
Well, maybe it is.
All right. Well, journals are right. We're talking about the suicide problem we begin,
Yes, the weird crime incident where people
and
seem to murder themselves.
this is just some guy taking notes of the people who are doing it.
Seems like it. Yeah, well, it's a record of improvements, major events in town, as well as like a meticulous record of deaths, with like emphasis on ones that are strange, that follow this strange pattern of people killing themselves.
All
How
right.
bizarre.
What's in the cabinets?
In the cabinet, you find
Heroin.
a mix of no heroin. You find a mix of fairly fine clothes, all human sized or mundane human sized. I guess I'll specify medium creature, and it seems like a mix of fine robes, dresses, some suits. Seems to be kind of a hodgepodge. Other than they're all look kind of expensive, that's about it.
So we know whoever's down here, they're wealthy. They're roughly our sized. They apparently either helped rebuild the sewers and are taking notes on the suicides. What about the nightstand?
The nightstand has, what we'll say, an enormous, like, highly polished pearl in it that you could probably trade for 300 gold.
Nah,
Or
I'm
whatever
I'm
it
not
looks like.
taking their stuff. I
Uh,
already broke their fucking door.
That's
Balthazar, that is an incorrect statement. I was the one who broke the door.
He helped. It was a group effort.
3.
Everyone but Purser.
If we have time to kill, I'm gonna ritually cast Detect Magic while Balthazar is searching.
And
while they're looking, yeah.
during that,
do
I'm
it.
going to try to like. Do we like full blown rip the door off its hinges, or is it still slightly attached?
I mean, I'd say maybe it's hanging, but it's like there's no hiding that this thing was
Oh.
like the stone around it was ripped out. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Alright, yeah,
Jotsuzo
you're
is
fine.
checking out these crates.
Okay. Yeah, the crates. Other than all of it being like jerky, it's just preserved foods and such.
It's all meat.
All meat.
No, they're clearly hiding the heroin in the pipe.
Don't open. Parker like panics. Don't open that.
No.
It's just some eccentric lunatic. They come out. I wanted to really get away from it, so I spent all this money to have a remote settlement, but it's worth it every time I get home and none of the government's tracking my business. And there's just a ruptured sewer pipe in there. In their fucking
Your fucking pearls
hiding
stolen.
hole. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I would say that's the main thing of note. Checking the desk. Just preemptively, I'll just read everything that could be here. Checking the desk, you'll find a lot of fine paper, very very high quality ink that could be used for spell scribing, and very well worn quills and things like that.
Wise purser. Why would someone be down here and spend all this money if they do not have stuff to hide?
Well, yes, I do believe they have things to hide, but this must be a safe room, maybe? Someplace to hide away from attention while things are happening above the surface? I do not know. Anything magical going on?
Other than the ward that you can visibly see, like, yeah, this is cutting off the horrible stench. Like, basically the cleansing effect from prestidigitation is just woven into an overall enchantment. There are very strong anti-divination elements here, so scrying for someone in this room just gonna fall flat.
Any indication of how long it's been since it was used?
Give me an Arcana check to try and suss out how potent is this? That's how you're kind of combing through the
Like,
code to look for
to
dates.
see how recently the powdered dragon shards have been filled up.
Yeah.
10.
With a 10 it's hard to tell. It's that it's less than like a year, but you don't have any idea beyond that.
Right. Be anything.
I would say you'd need to have detect magic also have cast mercy, because like he's literally basically reading
okay.
through the magical source code here, kind of. But yeah, with the 10, you're not sure. Like I said, you're
That's fair.
confident under a year, but beyond
Yeah, not
that.
like knowledge of the time would tell us who it was anyway, so it's no big loss.
But yeah, this odd room without much valuable in it. I mean, honestly, the clothes, if each one of those is worth at least 25 gold, you could get a couple hundred gold out of that if you steal all the clothes. But it's up to you guys.
Is there anything
the giant
under
pearl.
the bed?
No dust, because like I said, there's a magical cleaning effect. I would say under it is a triple locked chest.
Oh, jeez. We don't really have a way to get into that right now.
I mean, you do. It's just you don't have a way to close it again.
Yeah, okay, so if Purser said that out loud, Mercy would just do that little blink blink thing and then lift her halberd and go Friend Purser, we do actually have a way to open the chest. Do you wish for me to open the chest?
I'd rather avoid more property damage, if that's the same to you, Mercy.
I was gonna say, like, Jotsuzo wouldn't have said anything, but he'd be like thumping his tail as he raises his like warhammer.
Thump, 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 thump.
No, but I think I have an interesting idea, if not a better one. And I'll cast a quick spell, and Pearl will reappear.
Are you
And
gonna leave a summon here?
yes, yeah, I'm gonna have her just like hide under the bed, and if she sees someone come in,
Okay,
we'll see what happens.
that's great. What I
Look,
especially love
it
is
was
that
Pearl or Redemptor, and one of them can hide in this room.
what I love is that as soon as you're a decent distance away, there's no way that like your communication with Pearl results in Pearl died. Oh well.
Well,
That's
the chances of them looking under a bed and finding a hiding black cat there
doesn't
are.
she glow silver?
She's like iridescent silver, not glowing.
Oh, okay.
But
Like, there's like a nightlight blaring out from under the bed.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, she's
We
still a
walk
cat.
in,
She
there's,
has
like-
expertise in stealth.
I'm
that's
just
fair.
imagining walking into a room and there's like the LED lights from like a gaming PC from underneath the bed. It's like, the fuck?
After walking through a ripped off the hinges door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
and
is
even
not
if
how
she
I
is
left my
killed,
room.
she'll tell me when I summon her again, like what the deal was, I guess.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay, fair enough.
It's a
Cool.
long shot, but this is
What?
what
Jesus
familiars are
Christ.
for. They're cheap things that you can leave around to do things like this.
No, I approve of it.
What was that?
What?
What?
You cut off for a minute. Sorry.
Poor familiars.
I mean,
I don't
my
understand
Dark
the
Sun
question.
wizard's done it. Yeah. I think there's some horror at like, some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. It's a summon. It'll be fine. It's not even its real form.
Yeah, it's the silver flame. It'll be fine.
It's fine. It's
Hmm.
fine.
Like, why become a wizard if not to exploit like the laws of physics for your own personal gain?
Yeah. Hey, one sec. But yeah, anything else you guys want to do?
I'm presuming we can't hide the fact that we ripped the door off the hinges.
No fucking way. Yeah.
Unless one of you happens to be a stonemason with a lot of time on your hands.
I was gonna say that's the next day. Yeah, absolutely.
I see. At which
Wait.
point, Jotsuzo is just going to start picking up crates and like dumping them out on the floor and like kind of kicking stuff around while explaining we cannot hide that we were here. So we might as well make it look like someone already robbed them to not have suspicion or lead in what is it? The blue herring? Purple herring?
Can I
It
just
is a kind of
scam the
herring.
shit out of mending?
No, not for the door. No, mending is like one small object. Mending would not cover the structural integrity of that door has been thoroughly compromised. But yeah, if you're gonna dump the crates of food everywhere, that is a good move in the sense that you gain immediate friendship. As some rats very boldly just kind of wait until some of the noise dies down, but their little noses are in the air as they smell the food being unleashed.
It's a good thing that it's not Ludger because he has a certain attitude towards trench rats.
Yeah. But once you guys have sufficiently ransacked the place, You could also like cut apart the mattress. You could break furniture. Whatever you want to do.
Uh,
There doesn't seem to be any
he's not
alarm
going to
system.
destroy shit as much as just make it look like someone like looked through everything,
Across
like
the
looking for shit.
place. Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's fair. Okay.
uh, same thing with like taking all the clothes out and like dumping them on a pile. Uh,
I love it. Okay. All right. Cool.
oh, friends, I think we should take chest because
True.
chest would yeah, thief would take chest.
It is quite heavy, I will say. Probably at least 100+ pounds.
No, the rats are inside.
Yes, the rats scuttled in as soon as you were done like dumping a pile of stuff, and they're like the equivalent of Scrooge McDuck
Yeah,
swimming in
you
gold.
know,
They're swimming in the food,
I
gnawing.
just want to see if there was the guy who was in here or like one of the meth guys. You decided just to raid this guy's place.
Yeah, hey,
At this part, just open the poop pipe.
it is something you can face. But anyways, what would you like to do?
I would like to hit the rats with a quick burning hands before we go.
Friend Purser!
As they're like laying on their backs, gnawing on the meat, like just absolutely looking blissful in.
Wise purser, why would you kill rat that you don't eat?
Why
Good point.
I hate him.
in the host would I eat a rat? Jotsuzo.
If you are preying on them by killing them, why would you not eat them?
You're welcome to eat them if you want to.
Friend Purser, please do not harm the small mammalian creatures.
Look, they're pests, and leaving the food out is just going to attract more of them, and they'll breed and make an enormous mess. And I hate them. I hate this island. And let's go.
This is all too much. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. You could head out through any of the doors you've opened. Um, Originally, you were here to look for that entrance to the basement. If you want to follow that route, you can. It's to the southwest.
Jotazo will like grab the chest and start dragging it out.
All right. Yeah, there's like a
Mother-
scraping echoing through the
You mean that's chest? Where's the
tunnels.
chest?
Now the
Chest
one
was
under the
under the
bed.
bed.
Yeah, I
Oh.
might as well grab the pearl then too for ransacking the place.
Okay. Fair
We
enough.
must make it look like normal thieves.
All right, gank the fucking pearl.
Are you gonna? Yeah, absolutely. You got a pearl, and are you gonna leave your other pearl in its place under the bed?
Yeah, I'll still leave her.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Yeah, a 300 GP pearl is very useful.
yeah, and it's like incredibly, honestly, just looking at it, it's not actively magical, but you feel looking at this purser, you could probably use this in place of like a crystal ball for arcane focus.
Ah,
Pretty nice. But yeah, as you guys head out back into the wide, wonderful world of the sewers, just move your tokens where you'd like to go.
and I guess leaving the doors open does give Pearl a potential escape route if she is spotted.
That's true.
Because the number of people that could catch and chase a cat are slim. So
That's true. Yeah.
it's pretty good chances. But yeah, let's skedaddle.
All right, all right. So, where to?
You said southwest to the inn?
Southwest to the inn, indeed.
It's not through this pipe, is it?
You could go through the pipe. It's just southwest. You know vaguely which direction to go.
I'm locking
There's
your
a giant
cat in.
spoopy
I'm
spider
locking
thing
your
down
cat
this
in.
pipe.
Didn't Didn't friend Baltazar see spider in tunnel?
There was one in the pipe section we passed, and there's one down this one, I believe.
Let's just take this left up here and
And
then
I'm assuming with 45 movement, I could just jump across that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna harangue a monk about successfully crossing a poopy water chasm. That's not really an issue.
Exactly. That's why I put all levels into monk, so I don't have to cross the poop water.
Exactly. Hey, priorities, man.
Hmm.
The same thing. That's why I do all levels in wizard, so I can
You
sufficiently
need
sneer.
to waste powers and allocated spell slots to cross the poop water. I just jump.
I could, yeah. But yeah, what anything else as you guys head down? Is there are you burning as much of the water as you can to try and cleanse it? I feel like
no,
Perseus has the sweat dripping down brow, eye twitching.
no, it's gross to be sure, but like there's no.
I was mostly thinking your companions uh, I'm I'm in a sewer with these lunatics. What am I doing? Why am I on this island? Yeah. Uh,
just finally has his mental breakdown.
well, yeah, what I love is it always happens whenever there's any serious pressure. It always comes down to I wasn't even supposed to be here today. God damn it.
Did you actually burn the rats?
Yes.
Oh God. Here, let me toss
Mercy
them.
is genuinely distraught at that.
I still
Well,
always
I
have
was.
burning hands.
Yeah, yeah. All right. The rats are dead, as well as there's a singed pile of food that they were lingering in. But yeah, so as you guys pass down, you see over here, that's probably where the basement comes down into.
Excellent. So get over there.
And yeah, I see you guys are headed there. Or is it just Purser or
I'm certainly leading the way, but
gotcha, yeah.
if ever wants to leave me alone down here with the rats, that's fine too.
Purser actually accidentally sets fire to the sewer gas and this just becomes the new Centralia. Uh but yeah, you guys head over there. I assume you're gonna cross the poopy water once again to get
Yeah.
get here. All right, Purser. Could I get a deck save as you gingerly step across the water?
You want to go inside this door?
Okay, one sec. As Purser, something seemed to view you as potentially a meal fit for a Serpent King, as a swamp adder tries to bite you.
A swamp adder.
Indeed. For 1 piercing damage, and I need a con saving throw.
This is where they get the venom.
These are not dream serpents. You would know a dream serpent.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
Bonus points of its paralysis, and it causes him to ragdoll into the water.
God damn it! All right. So
A
it
lot
actually
of
is
poisons have
paralysis.
failed by 5 or more riders as well.
It actually is paralysis.
This is what you get for killing the rats. Don't save him.
Don't
He
shoot! Let him drown!
He splashes face first into the water, and the swamp adder starts to try and wrap around him. What would you guys like to
Initiative, because
do? Combat? Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
I don't need initiative. I have power.
I mean, yeah, realistically, but
But
yeah, we'll
what?
do initiative.
Wise Purser.
uh, God, I didn't in a million years think that would work. All right, so Oh. All right, so we got 1, 2. Purser, if you would be so kind as to roll into initiative as well. Okay.
Oh boy, I go first.
Okay. Well, let's see how this works exactly. All right. Target at the end of okay. So you take a little bit of poison damage at the start of your turn. So roll
Okay.
4 now. You take 5 poison damage, and now you roll a con saving throw again to see if you break free of the paralysis, or if it was just like a one-time knockdown.
That's
Okay,
a
you actually
12.
passed that time. It's DC 11, so I didn't really think it was possible. But
He's
yeah,
also
you.
a wizard. Like,
Well, I mean, never know. But yeah, after being poisoned, you come to the end of your turn, face on the ground with a large, angry, well, it's actually kind of happy snake wrapped around you. It's a little alarmed. I don't know. But yeah. And then we'll.
The mouth.
Mercy, what would you like to do?
Fucking cold-blooded. She takes a look at this, sees everybody else going into a system, and just kind of like does a little half shrug and goes like, "Eh." And I'm gonna try to open this door.
Okay.
God damn it.
That would not do it. You're not really sure if it's a door or if it's just like somebody was half carving to look like one, but yeah, either way, it's as solid as a wall as far as you're concerned.
I love how every athletics check that I've done so far. The first number is not good. Second number is great. God damn it. And I already used my initiative.
it is. It's teaching us the value of teamwork.
Friendship, yeah.
Something
Which
like that.
All right, that's the real treasure. Yeah, this guy's just gonna like it'll live like a king. If it can just get away. All right, let's see his movement speed here. Nothing special. Okay, so it has successfully grabbed onto Purser for all intents and purposes, and it's going to dash to try and slither away. Whee!
This is the
Eh,
worst experience Purser's ever had.
yeah, that's fair. Just
He's
um,
nearly
oh yeah,
died several times, and this is the
that's true.
worst.
It didn't disengage, so your hammer does hit as it slithers away. Okay, hey, it's still alive. All right. Pick that up. Oh, wait, minus that, not add it. Yeah. That just for funsies. And yeah, now it is Jochizo's turn after he took the attack of opportunity, I assume. Run up and start doing the smash. Oh, okay. A 12 misses. A crit hits. How do you want to do this?
Just like
Charlie in the sewers here, Jesus.
basically, like just literally like I don't know, like yanking it off enough that I can just like beat the crap out of it with my hammer.
Yeah, the water quickly turns. There's a new tang added to the water as the blood of this thing fills
Well, you
it,
know
and
what?
you're out of
For,
combat.
I like to think that like its first thing, it was starting to like unwrap to get away, and then like he runs up and just grabs it by the tail and slams it into the side of a stone wall.
Yeah, it is, and it is just smooth. There's just like a splat mark on the wall. And yeah, Purser, you are free and um out of combat.
So, all up out of the gray water and just this is vile in every respect.
And the aftertaste, yeah.
Um yeah, it starts throwing up
Yeah, pretty understandable.
It's
But
in
you're
my
here.
mouth!
You're you're here.
At that point, I've picked up that it is often like a thing that Kuravar like gentlemen do is carry handkerchiefs. So I pull out a little handkerchief and offer it to
So
Berser.
he's like covered head to toe.
Yeah. No, I love it. So what's Balthazar, Mercy? What are you guys doing as you watch Prisoner just throw up until there's nothing left to retch out? I mean, you're also suffering from a snake bite, but I feel like that's probably less distressing. Huh? So yeah, you're here. You have the ladder going up.
I'm gonna like motion for Jotazo to back away a bit.
Huh.
And I'm gonna go over here to the corner and fireball myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll definitely.
It all needs to be gone.
You
Well,
can
while that's
prestidigitate
happening,
Right.
yourself. Yeah.
Friend,
Yeah.
wise Purser, would prestidigitation not help?
I don't know any of those spells.
He didn't take prestidigitation. That's why I mention it every session.
How has he not found a cantrip like scroll of that at this point that you could probably buy for like a nickel and like a ball of yarn?
No, it's not a lack of availability. It's just it's not
I don't
worth
need it.
having. Yeah. So
Just think about
Mercy.
how much better a story this is because I don't have prestidigitation.
But yes, while there's like a muffled thump and there's a flash of light down the hall, Mercy, what are you doing? I saw another athletics roll. So you're just like continuing to viciously beat at the wall
yeah,
until it
just completely.
reveals its secrets to you.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much just completely ignoring the rat killer down there, and
Oh, how dare he? Um, yeah,
they
There's
were
no way
innocent
Mercy.
creatures.
There's no way Mercy did not see like her fellow soldiers kill rats in the trenches. Like,
Well, yeah, that was in the trenches. This is like sewers, and we're seeing that they're actually like part of the ecosystem.
that's not nice. They're technically they're actually Karns. The rat term is unkind, but yeah, successfully like Kool-Aid manning your way through the door. You see that this looks to be a like storage area for the town maintenance workers. I'm just gonna spoil that and see. Yeah, they this looks like where they store basic maintenance stuff. Oh, yeah, there's. I'm not gonna do the methane explosion thing happening. Um, but yeah. So anyone else doing anything here?
after the fireball, Jotaro goes back to making sure that another snake doesn't attack Purser.
Yeah, that would be the biggest. Like, I just have a line of snakes all hidden there.
Just
There,
bite after bite after bite after bite.
there are approximately 37 swamp vipers hidden in this sewer.
I will say, in Purser, this is sadly something you're at least mildly aware of because just a lot of horrible cultists tend to hide in sewers.
hmm
Maybe this is because it was just cleaned, but just like rats and spiders and snakes, that is an incredibly mundane sewer. Usually awful things like to hide down here. Probably because it was just cleared, but like nothing has tried to eat your skin or crawl into your thoughts or anything. Like
Not even any
it's
kobolds. It's weird.
yeah, it is weird. Like it's yeah, not much down here for some reason.
Odd.
But yeah, the ladder awaits you. And as you approach it, anyone who feels the desire to can give me a survival check. As you're just kind of like probably looking around for snakes. I feel like that's a fair thing.
Yeah, Purser's distracted. He's like cast create bonfire and is drying his coat out over the fire.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Mercy and definitely Jotazo. You notice that what looks like wagon or maybe wheelbarrow um like marks or just wheel marks. You would guess wagon or wheelbarrow. Have been like are I won't say worn into, but like imprinted in the slime and just general gunk of the stone, and they seem to go from here, and that's as far as you can trace them at the moment. But yeah, I mean, like from where you are, you would be able to follow the trail, but they seem to be going away either to or from this. So it seems like there's regular, you see some evidence of like footprints and things like that, and yada yada yada. So
And Purser, are you now in a condition where you are willing to listen to me?
Yes, Mercy, I'm always willing to listen.
And yet not heed. Anyway, there seems to have been some wheelbarrow or wagon travel heading from the ladder down to our south.
Really?
yeah.
Yes, the
He's like
marks are quite
standing
clear.
on one of the tracks and doesn't even notice.
Yeah.
Well,
It was
wheelbarrow means something's being moved. Sewers mean it's nothing good.
But yeah, with that, you see a trail, you see a ladder, you see some kind of trapdoor. It doesn't look like a manhole.
And this, by our estimation, is underneath the inn.
Yes, almost certainly.
Should we
How
check the
far up is
basement
the
out
ladder?
first? Oh, go.
How
Uh,
far up does the ladder go?
30 feet. You know what? Actually, giant size, double, 60 feet. There we go.
Damn.
Yeah, everything be big.
I have to admire their engineering ingenuity. One would have thought that the town above would have collapsed down into these sewers at this point.
Ah, that's the
Why?
wonderful thing about giant magic stuff. It's all magic.
Yeah. Magic answers every question then, Eberron.
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
I,
I've already inserted some pseudo handwave reasoning why any of these ruins are
are still
anywhere near the
here.
surface. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
40,000
Av-
years. They shouldn't be
yeah,
here. But yeah, you guys, what would you like to do?
Do you think we should check the basement of the inn first, or follow these tracks? I'm like shrugging my coat back on as I ask.
uh, what were we even trying to find in?
No clues to indicate that perhaps uh, the purveyor Lorenzo is involved with this.
Gestures everywhere.
Yeah.
Joseph like scratches his chin before like suggesting he while he might have things in he might not leave suspicious things there. Can you
Jesus Christ,
summon more
he
than
used a
what?
fireball on that fucking snake.
He
I
used it on
fireballed
himself.
myself for
Yeah,
sanitation.
yeah. He was covered in shit water and couldn't take it, and doesn't have prestidigitation, so he just went into a corner and fireball.
And that's not a euphemism.
Yeah, he's got healing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Um, But right now the discussion is to that the inn is above here, and you also have found tracks leading to the south, that are presumably like someone's moving things to and from this ladder leading to the inn through the
It
sewer.
is
And you
my
could, sorry.
it is my opinion that it is far more likely that following the tracks will yield a greater result, and it is more likely that they are involved in nefarious activities, and we will not run the possibility of getting into trouble for smashing their faces in.
That's fair.
When you're right, you're right.
Joseph scratches his chin. Maybe, no, wise purser, can you summon more than one familiar? Because maybe you could have your horse stand guard here while we go. To the southeast.
If you would like to go and fetch Redemptor and convince him to come down here, you're more welcome to do so. But
Oh, I didn't know he was still on this plane. I'd forgotten he's around. My
yeah,
bad.
it's been a year. I've resummoned him by now.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Okay. Then I do like
But
the idea of a horse just standing at the bottom of the ladder, just looking up as someone tries to climb down
what
60
the
feet and
fuck?
like looks illuminated by the torch down there. Is that a fucking horse?
But no, I'm
I'm
not
going
gonna.
back up. I don't want to deal with what. Yeah, fuck this.
As
Nothing
funny
good
as it
will come
would
of
be,
this.
I'm not talking. Or rather, I'm not ordering Redemptor to come down here, and I don't think he could be convinced.
Yeah, he had hard enough time trying to do his spy work. He's got his spy work out of the way for his life.
Yeah, he deserves a break.
But okay, so in that case, it sounds like following the tracks is the route to take, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Then onwards, and I will guide the way as you go, because I'm not gonna make you keep rolling. Like those are two really good survival checks.
There's a body in the water.
There he is. Yep. As you get closer, you see that it is a mannequin.
There's a spider out in the corner.
It's a
Now that
what?
is a spider. It's a mannequin. Yeah.
That's more concerning than a body.
Oh,
Why
no,
is
it was
there a
origi-
mannequin down here?
It was
Oh, no, it's a
originally a
rat.
doll. As the map got bigger, it became a mannequin. All right. It's one of those mysteries. This sewer is a mysterious place, uh, and it
Wise
looks like the trail
purser,
goes
is
here.
that not usually something used to display clothing in store?
Yes. So why is it down here? Do we
Could
even
be a s-
have a like? Do we
Yeah, it
have a
could be a
boutique?
symbol. Could be a landmark for their
Where
drugs.
did this come from?
Nat does import a lot of things, and she tends to. You know what? You
I was
guys
gonna
have no way of
say,
knowing this.
I was
Nat
gonna say,
imported this and found it horrific. She hated that it looked person-like. Like she would crawl down from her little nest at night, and she kept thinking someone was breaking in. So she just shoved it into the sewers one night. There we go. Headcanon.
I mean, in hindsight, like it's a giant sewer. Maybe it's a giant doll from
Yeah.
40,000 years ago. Who
I'm
knows?
not
But
willing to go that far. Like they did dredge it. Yeah, this is just a mannequin Nat had. She underestimated how much it would creep her out, and so she got rid of it. And here's another
Sam,
rat. Yes.
I saw that the arrows went across this bridge. Does the
Yep.
trail go that way, or?
Yep. Trail goes that way. And into this pretty serious door. That's primarily that's probably a pressure thing. Like that's meant to keep water from just blasting out through there. But
Hmm.
Friend Purser, joyous news! We get to go into the water again.
you gotta open the door.
Purser casts fly again.
It's a oh I get just to avoid the that's fair. Okay.
I
Fair
will
enough.
assist. I will assist Mercy.
All right. So you guys are just gonna heave and hoe and just try and yank this thing out of the wall.
Yeah.
This one, without a 30, you genuinely couldn't have gotten this one. This is basically a vault door. It's designed to hold back
Woo!
friends. But yeah, you're able to open it. And yeah, you just see the water flow here has pretty much ebbed to nothing, and it's stagnant, which has not helped the odor. It magnifies somewhat as you enter the area.
Yeah, Purser hovers his way through the open door.
Ominously.
And the tracks, are they left or right?
They go along. One sec. Yeah, that type of thing. They go to the left.
And Mercy does have her halberd in her hands.
Okay.
Friends, I see a door up ahead to our left.
Yeah, very good.
Wrong way.
And
Hey, there's
a
that
giant
spider I saw
spider.
earlier. Yeah, that's the one I saw earlier.
Giant is a strong word. It's closer to like a
It's a
slightly
large
bigger.
spider.
It's like bird eater, so it's still unsettling as hell. But yeah,
Yeah, the
and
Jutsu is like the. When you said giant spider friend, I thought it would be giant.
Oh, my apologies, friend Jojo. That is a large spider.
But that's not a large spider.
and Jotazo, before you move, well, actually, Purser, could you move back where you was there for a moment?
Uh
Thank you kindly. Yeah, you were somewhere in there. One sec here.
oh.
Okay. With a 25, it hits. As the water
Uh-oh.
erupts here, and a tentacle whips out and hits Jotazo for total of 18 damage, 11 bludgeoning, 7 piercing, and you are grappled. And we are going to then roll
We
initiative.
did get an Otyugh. I was wondering.
I told you, Damon, stay away from the water.
Let's see. It's not just an Otyugh. Is a biggin.
No, Purser's just delighted that someone like took his suggestion. As Jotazo's like getting dragged back to its mouth.
All right.
Did this happen before or after I made that athletics check to open the door?
Before, yeah, but you can keep the score. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And Balthazar, there is a big thing looming out of the water. Let me one sec. Let me give it its aura. As where is it? No, that's not it. Sorry, I gotta. That's the wrong thing. Oh, that's why. Sorry, the thing was fighting me. Okay, yeah, I think good. What's it like? Cute green. There we go. Radius 10 foot. Make visible to players. Yes, there we go. And yeah, the stench within that circle is absolutely horrific. And I need a con saving throw from anybody who goes into it.
It's great. Good thing I'm not going in it.
I'm aware.
Initiative is gone for me, so I don't know if you deleted it, but
Yeah, there we go.
I'll move up to here. Bonus action Eldritch Maw. So now I have 15 feet of reach.
Mhm.
And fuck your aura.
Rude.
21.
Fine, I got some food.
16 hit.
One sec here. 16 would hit, but it's going to use Meat Shield as a reaction. So it's going to pull Jotazo in front of the blow.
Oh
And
no.
All right.
let's
All right.
see.
All right, you take 14 force damage, so,
But the other one, the 21 does hit it. So
and he takes 11.
okay, let me take that off.
And you know what?
11.
I don't know no better. I'd like it to make a con save, please.
Okay. Fair. I mean, eventually, like it does work occasionally. It's just, yeah. 28. I'm gonna say no on that one.
Nope.
And anything else?
Hmm. Hmm. I guess I'll flurry.
And yeah, by the way, the meme Cursor put up is that it's that, but
Do
there's like
15s
an
hit?
extra 4 tentacles. 15 does hit. Yeah.
All right. 13, 20, 25 force damage on extra.
Okay. I can take that off. It already used its reaction, so it can't keep throwing Jotazo in the way. All right, yeah, you're hurting it. It doesn't like that. It lets out an angry screech. You guys all
And
hear in your head, "Food! Let me eat!" And it's
no,
just,
fuck you. Matter of fact, make another con save.
Yeah. 23.
Make another one.
Okay. Got a plus 10, bud.
Wasting key.
I only need
25.
no, okay, they'll miss.
No,
All
I
I need
mean
to do is
that's
take a
fair. It's
power
a
nap.
numbers game. I get it. Yeah.
I'll take a power nap and I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Okay. All right.
That's my
Mercy.
turn.
Yeah, gotcha. Mercy, what'd you like to do? Probably sigh, even though you don't need to breathe.
Yeah, like just reaching the door, getting ready to just tear it off its hinges, hear this like hideous noise behind me, turns around and just, yeah, does that little robotic sigh. Friend, this is interrupting our investigation. I do not appreciate that. And I cast Dawn. Like,
Okay. Alrighty. Light shines down, bright light. This is gonna suck for everybody, but yeah.
I will say that it's a 30-foot radius, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Sorry, 15, 20.
Cylinder, bright light.
So like right about here is where the center of it is.
Okay.
So it's not actually, it's only like beaming down on the Otia.
Oh yeah, I mean as far as mechanical effect, I just meant like everyone's eyes have adjusted to like the the dark, dank world of this place, and all of a sudden somebody just turns on a halogen like high beams. My eyes. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Shield. You can see. What's it?
God damn it, Scott, you beat me to it. Fuck.
Yeah, I already noticed the eyes. All right. I'll just put this here. And it's what
30-foot radius.
30 foot. Thank you kindly. Radius. 30 foot. Circle. Player permission. Let's see. Shisha. All right. There we go. Good. And yeah, it does not like that. Sunlight. Con saving throw. Okay, well, could be worse. Con.
And my spell save DC is scroll 16.
Okay, well, we got a fucking 4, so 14. You actually failed.
24 radiant damage.
All right, let me take that off. I'm kind of glad other Sam is in here for that. He would be so fucking mad. Now's when it fails. All right. Okay. So, yeah, all of you are blinking furiously at this, like I said, just halogen lights turned on full blast behind you from the dark. And yeah, anything else, Mercy?
No, other than this entire chamber just being lit up like the fucking.
Sun. Yeah. Uh, and I do like that for once it wasn't I was waiting. I was really hoping Purser before it acted would also fly here. All right. Then in that case, Purser, it is your turn. You see this thing screaming and writhing, all of its like myriad of tentacles splashing the sewage water into the like lit up burning air. As it's yeah, you're not gonna charge it, dang.
Yeah, I'll just hover my way over and set down. Call out, "Leave it alive! Just try and knock it out if you can. Otherwise, let's just get through the door." Then I'll
That's fair.
cast Hold Monster.
Whoa, okay, all right. Wisdom is could be worse, but that's still not great. All right, it's nothing compared to the +10. All right.
Right. They are surprising in Wisdom saves, if I remember correctly, and that's a custom one, so who knows?
Okay, 20. Yeah, not bad.
20
I
is
mean,
not
that's
bad.
mostly a pretty good roll, but still, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be it for me.
It be hungry. Also, this may have something to do with why the whole area is basically a dead zone for larger life. All right, it is this guy's turn. And it has something. Let's see. Wait 1 sec. Let me look at this. Why is they didn't include bite? Okay, 1 sec here. Roll20 forgot to include bite in its attack list, but I see it in the sheet. All right. Okay. So since it has Jotazo grappled, it's going to try and bite. It's going to basically bring him forward and numb. So attack. So that. I'm glad I can just manually do this to avoid nonsense. It's plus that. 20 to hit Jotazo.
Meets a beats.
Okay, that hits. 1 sec. You take 22 piercing damage. And I need a con saving throw. There we go. Oh, and you're poisoned, so it's a disadvantage. Not that it fucking matters, but
That's only for ability checks.
yeah,
Unless it's a
yeah.
special
And wait a
poison.
minute. I don't think you were actually poisoned. What was your initial con save? I think you passed it.
Yeah, it
Anyways,
was also ridiculous. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
22, yeah.
Yeah, you passed. Either way, with a 21, you passed, and you don't have any of that issue. Let's see, it doesn't have a swallow attack, huh? Okay. Well, it's gonna bite you as its one attack.
Oh no,
Do.
the horror.
Listen, I figured it might. Okay. It's
Yeah,
got
I only got
2d6.
reduced to half in a single round.
And then it's going to try and tentacle slam. Use that to slam you. Can't reach as far as Balthazar. I really would have liked the idea of just whipping you into him. Wow, this is a weird stat block. Okay, each creature. Oh, so it is designed to hit other creatures. Okay. But it can't reach any other, so it's just you. It's just like throwing you into the wall. So I need a con saving throw for damage. Huh. Okay.
Would you like a con saving throw for me to exist?
No, it can't get it to you, sadly. Yeah, you pass, you're fine. Successful save, you take half damage, which you take 11 bludgeoning. And you are not stunned. And that's it for it. Jotazo, you are grappled.
Okay, I am action surging and beating the brakes off this fucking thing. I don't give a shit what
Yeah.
person says. It's time.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I get it.
Okay,
There's
so
only six endangered white rhinos left. It's charging our car. I don't give a fuck.
I'm using my inspiration on that crit fail.
Okay.
Understandable.
Gotcha.
Yep.
19
So
hits, 27 hits, 23 hits. Yeah, all those hit.
and
Ooh.
I use my other inspiration.
Good
Oh,
God.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Uh,
I mean, he did
yeah.
say beat the brakes off of.
27, 23, 23, and crit. All those hit. Sorry, I was looking at the 19.
Does
yeah,
it
just tell me don't.
does it use you to meat shield his own attack?
It can't do that. It has to be an attack from someone else.
okay, so 10, 19, 31, 33, 47 bludgeoning damage.
All right. Yeah, no resistances. I would have been astonished if it had any, but I had to check. All right. Yeah, that was a bad day. All right. Yeah. It lets out this shrill scream, and then all in your heads you just hear, "Food, no!" And yeah, that's anything else notices so
I
as there's
shout
just like
back, no,
cracking.
you food.
No, you.
And,
Fair
No,
enough.
you.
and wanna what?
Hungry Jonas. Okay, so you're just
I'm
gonna
fighting
try
it
and.
back to send a fucking message.
Alright, okay. Yeah, you're able to tear off a chunk. It tastes
Uh,
pretty rotted, but yeah.
Not
I
bad.
had a
Not bad at
mouthful
all.
of water.
uh,
I
all right.
almost spit it out.
Okay. Purser, they clearly don't understand how delicate this ecosystem is. All right. And if that is it, then Balthazar, it's your turn. You are outside the range of
any
shenanigans.
ecosystem that I am not an apex predator in is a bullshit ecosystem to Jotaro.
As you can kiss my ass, I'm killing it.
Don't
Are,
kill
and
it!
Are
I'm
we
not
not?
paying to replace it.
Fuck
Are
you!
we-
You should have maybe put down a warning sign.
Are we ending this session there?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm in an hour different time zone, and I was like, oh, it's only 6:30. Yeah. That's probably a good point. Apologies, I didn't notice earlier. In that case, I think we'll probably call it for this week, and I hope everybody had fun.
Yeah.
With this
I'm,
epic.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to not kill it, but it has I have a plus 200 to its con score.
It's
Its
got
con
plus
saves.
10. Yeah, it did fail one. It did fail a con save when you were gone. Mercy's spell, it failed that one. I was just like, other Sam's gonna be furious.
Not the stun that could have actually made this work out.
I know. Listen, I know, but all right, I'm gonna stop recording.